Oh no. Give me 2 seconds if we're live. Give me 2 seconds, 2 seconds. There we go. What's up, everyone? Sorry for that long intro, but we're back watching another BMW build. So this video, we're watching him turn his cheap BMW 335i into his supercar Slayer. This video is by Rex H. I'm gonna subscribe and leave a like, guys. Make sure to subscribe and like to this channel. Subscribe to Live J Rich, J Rich Live, and meet some chicken. Let's enjoy the video and yeah.
My name is Rex, and I just bought my first ever BMW.
Man, everyone always starts with the 335i, isn't it?
It's an inline 6 twin turbocharged 335i.
Everyone's favorite BMW.
Like this,
it looks good though.
I had to tow it to the shop because if I drove it, it probably would have caught on fire.
Fucking hell. Well, move.
Now, the main reason why I bought this car is because of this. This is the legendary N54, which most people refer to as the German 2JZ. These N54s are an extremely capable motor, with some tuners pushing the stock bottom end to over 600 horsepower.
Stop.
The only issue is that mine, well, it could catch on fire.
When we checked out this car, the previous owner's story didn't quite add up. There were thousands of dollars of invoices for previous work that had been done to the car. However, after the test drive, it started billowing out smoke.
Ooh.
When I took it to these guys, the new one they put in was still leaking, and they replaced it again, and I was just too tired going back to them, so I didn't bother.
I'm just surprised that all the work had been done and it's got a massive oil leak in the valve.
Massive oil leak.
Yeah, it's huge.
So although the test drive went extremely well and the car was running perfectly,
Sounds good.
it just didn't make sense that after apparently thousands of dollars had been spent on the car, that there would be an oil leak that bad. This, however, worked in my favor because I was able to negotiate even further down.
Drop the
car
price.
was already listed for cheap at $4,000,
Okay.
but this meant that we could buy it for even less.
In UK,
I advertised it
this car will go for maybe like
taking it
2.6
today,
grand.
for free.
I negotiated even further, shook hands, and towed the car home.
UK, 3 grand is, you know what, 3 grand is pretty fair.
It looks mint. 6 grand, 7 grand? How much?
You're not gonna believe it. $2,700.
Yee, that's a good price.
700.
Not gonna lie.
So guys,
But it's
here it
gonna
is,
set on
the
fire,
cheapest
bro.
BMW
Not bad, though.
335i
Not
in
bad.
Australia. Look at this thing.
My man.
It's cute.
I'm shocked. Bro, that's ridiculous.
So guys, we got a bargain. $2,700 for a 335i in today's market is a steal. However, we still don't know the underlying issues. The engine could be toast, but we're gonna find out together. So this is the
Beautiful
crazy
car.
part. When we originally went to go look at the car, we found this in the car. It's
Service
all
history.
the services that this thing has had over the past few years.
A
And the
BMW
previous
with
owner
service
has
history.
spent thousands of dollars keeping this thing over the past like
Crazy.
5 or 6 years or so. Here we go, let's look at the first invoice, $3,000. Looks like some work for the seat belt, another $178 for some coolant, another $3,172 to do an
more
oil
than a
filter,
car, bro.
a service, to do some bonnet struts, $400. Here we go, here's a big one, $5,055. Holy moly, so what are
What
we
the
at now?
fuck?
5, 3, we're currently at 12 grand. Another $1,000 here for engine oil, oil filter
Mate.
housing gasket, labor. There's the biggest cost right there, $640. Now it makes sense that the labor cost was the most expensive because these cars are extremely difficult to work on. And I've got to fix it. This car, over the past 5 years, has had $15,000 spent on it. Bargain of the century,
And it
baby.
still doesn't work.
This inline 6 is smoother than my silk Versace underwear.
So the first thing we're gonna do is we are gonna charge the car because the battery is completely dead. I actually had to winch it onto the trailer, and I really don't want to buy a new battery because we got this thing for so cheap. Hopefully we can get it operational. Oh, there we go. It's charging. Nice. It's like glitching out. Look at the interior. What is going on there, man? Key in. It's completely dead. Oh,
There
it
we
started.
go.
Is it gonna stay? Ah, it's very dead.
Nope. Give it a minute.
Usually when a car battery is dead, you give it a few revs to spin the alternator to charge the battery. I found out pretty quickly this was not something you wanted to do on a BMW because this resulted in some big issues.
Oh,
Let's just say
mate.
I learnt pretty quickly.
It's not liking that. Try to keep it alive with the throttle. The BMW fanatics are probably freaking out
Fuck.
about how I was revving it while jump starting it. Oh, why are the headlights going on? I don't think this jump starter is powerful enough. It's like Christmas in here. I don't think we should be doing this, man. Minus $400. We got a brand new
That's
battery.
fine. That's fine.
So we replaced the battery,
It's worth
which
it.
was a very big process.
Oh my God. That is not easy.
And then we ran into another problem. And this problem prevented us from starting the car.
Guys, I have no idea what's going on right now. For some reason, I can't even start the car. The steering lock is defective according to the dash. And every time I put the car in accessory mode, the wipers just suddenly turn on. Key in. We've got some errors going on. My wipers are on for some reason. Steering wheel lock error. And the car just turned off. This didn't happen before.
That's
what the
fucked.
hell? And the wipers won't go off.
For 2.7
Coincidentally,
grand, that's
this
a scam.
ties in well with today's video sponsor, Carly. Carly is an OBD2 scanner
got a
tool that
parcel
allows
today,
you
but
to
I
check
don't
your
even know what it
engine
is.
codes and diagnose problems, and also
find
reflash
out.
your ECU to clear codes or add different features that your car didn't come with from factory. And we actually need this thing to see what the hell is going on with this car. So let's quickly go check the codes.
So if you're not
Jeans? Oh,
familiar
yeah,
with
there's
these
some jeans.
OBD2 scanners, then you need to check out this Carly scanner. Essentially, if you have an issue with your car and you want to read a fault, all you need to do is plug in the Carly scanner into your OBD2 port, then connect it to your phone via Bluetooth, and then you can troubleshoot issues, maintain your car's health, unlock exciting features, and because we just installed a new battery on the BMW, we
what
also
is
need
it?
to recode it to the BMW itself. Luckily, the
It's
Carly
so nice
scanner can
too.
do that as well.
It even comes up with your car. Look at that. That's my E92. This is the section that we need. We need to clear some codes. So
got
we're going to
butt
go into
flaps on it.
diagnostics, check for issues. The Carly scanner's just
I
finished
really like
finding
these.
21 issues
21?
and 18 ECUs apparently. Whoa. Let's click show results. I'm a bit scared here. We have a video module issue, transmission issue, audio system issue, multimedia issue. Oh, there's more. Very bad. Just sounds like every other
Very
BMW
bad.
issue that you'd ever see. Wouldn't get this problem in an AU Falcon. So the
don't get
Carly
it.
scanner has scanned the ECU in the E92 BMW, and we have this issue that is preventing us from starting the car. It's 00A0AA, and apparently that is a control unit fault. The Carly scan tool also allows you
This
to add
shit
different
tastes so
features
good.
that your car might not have had from factory, and also customize features. So if we go into coding, we can change things like the power windows being able to have power after the ignition's off. You can set it to 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and 15 minutes. You can also turn on a digital speedometer. So you don't have to look at the analog dial. You can actually look at a digital speed dial, which is pretty cool. And we're gonna
What's
turn
the
that thing
point?
on.
Fair
Thanks
enough.
to Carly for sponsoring today's video. We were able to read the code with their OBD2 scanner. If you guys want to grab one of these, then use the code REXH for 15% off on their website. If you got one of these cars, you need one of these because you won't be able to do any work unless you know what's wrong with them. And the
That's
Carly
right.
scanner is going to help you diagnose issues because
up,
without this,
Carly.
honestly, I don't know how I would have figured that out. Because these goddamn BMWs need special tools and thousands of dollars of computers, and you can't do anything with normal Allen key bits, we've called in the backup. Bringing the big guns out. So the Carly scanner came up with the code 00A0AA.
00A0AA is an error fault with the car access system and can only be reset with a special BMW computer, which for some reason Peter owns. So we reset the module and then the car started.
Lovely stuff.
Engine sounds pretty healthy, but have a look at this.
All the valleys between the head, between the cams are filled with oil.
Oh, you can see that it's really wet down there. You might also notice that the engine bay is missing a bunch of different trim pieces. It's missing like
noticed.
all the covers that go on top of the valve cover. You probably saw this in some of the clips that I was filming before, but we have boxes of parts everywhere, guys.
So although this was the cheapest BMW 335i in Australia, the car still had all the trim pieces in the boot. We got
Trim.
extremely lucky with this purchase. Now that we got the car running for the second time, it was now time to fix the
sounds like it's
massive
rattling,
oil
though.
leak.
New parts. The first thing that we want to do is fix that oil leak, and I've got a brand new valve cover from eBay that we're going to be putting into this thing to stop this oil leak so we can drive it, baby. So let's
What the
start
fuck?
taking this thing apart.
Now, because we don't want the same issue to happen again, I've decided to disconnect the battery when working on the valve cover. There's a lot of electronics on these N54s. Basically, everything is connected with a cable, even things like you wouldn't expect, like the steering lock. This valve cover job looks like a lot of work, so we're going to take our time and do things slowly.
Now, the beautiful thing about working on the cheapest BMW in the country, well, it's missing half the stuff already, so I don't need to take half of it apart. Holy moly, it looks like an alien spacecraft in here.
So like I said, the car has a lot of electronics everywhere, and it's also got wires everywhere. And the first thing we need to do is move all of that out the way so we have access to the valve cover. And
Let's
a little
go.
trick is with using these zip ties, which I saw in one video.
Okay,
That's
let's
pretty
just
smart.
start disconnecting stuff, hey. That looks like it's in the way, so it's getting moved out the way. Got some vacuum lines going
like
here.
Australians.
How do I disconnect these?
I want to go to Australia.
What on
I would
earth?
live there.
I started by disconnecting all the wiring going to the coil packs, the injectors, and the grounds. BMWs require these special E-Torx bits, and they also use the standard 6-point bolts. It's kind of annoying that they're not consistent, but honestly, it wasn't too bad removing everything.
There we go. 8mm for the grounds here. Let's take all these off. We're just disconnecting the injector wiring now, and there's just a bunch of... Oh my god. Oh no, oh no.
Oh shit.
Don't
You
want to
just
drop
dropped
that
it in
into the
engine.
abyss. So we're just disconnecting the direct fuel injection wiring, and you just sort of use a screwdriver and then you can pry it all out, which is actually pretty simple. Nothing is out of the ordinary so far. There's like no loom tubing on the wiring at all. Look at that.
That shit's
Looks
too out of the
very
ordinary for
cheap.
me, mate.
E10 bolt. Why? Okay, now we should be able to move this all out the way, I think. How do we get these things out? Ooh.
We then went to removing the coil packs, and each coil pack was covered in oil. This is a direct indication that the valve cover gasket has failed, because the valve cover gasket seals off from the spark plugs, and if your spark plugs are filled with oil, it means that your valve cover gasket is definitely leaking.
Oh my god, they're covered in oil. This valve cover definitely needed to be replaced because that's what seals them. But yeah, these literally just get pulled out with this little lever, which is pretty handy actually. Making some huge progress. I don't want to take off the fuel stuff until the last minute because fuel's going to go everywhere. But looks like we just need to take this off to remove the vacuum lines. See, there's a 10mm here. That's like inconsistent. There should just be Torx bits everywhere. So I have to keep changing my tools, which is very annoying. Let's get down right in there. I don't think we can get access to... Oh, no, we can. Another 10mm belt. Short one. We're now going to start disconnecting all the fuel lines, and like I said, this thing has direct injection. That's why it's got like hard lines going directly into the middle of the head right here. I watched a video and the guy just put some microfiber, catches all the fuel, so hopefully we're the same. Oh, there's fuel. That came off easily though, which is ideal.
Removing the fuel lines was surprisingly very easy. It looks like they use AN fittings. Just gotta make sure that you don't get fuel everywhere, so that's why I'm using the microfiber to catch all the fuel. There's also a few bolts holding the fuel rail to the head on the right side, and in order to remove those, we needed to take off the carbon intake. Haven't really pointed it out to you guys, but we do have this carbon intake, which is pretty cool. It came with the car, and apparently they're worth a little bit of money. So if you guys want to buy this, let me know down in the comments. So we have this carbon intake. I don't know if I've talked about this yet, but apparently these sell for quite a bit of money. I have no idea what brand this is, but we do need to remove it in order to get to the injector rail. But if you guys know what this is and how much I could sell it for, please let me know, because we're trying to make this the cheapest BMW 335i ever. Carbon. There we go. Hell yeah, looks like we've got a K&N air filter as well that needs to be cleaned. I really rate this. Carbon cover, baby. We're making some killer progress on the BMW, and we're almost ready to take off the valve cover. I just need to remove all the fuel lines. But I want to show you this real quick. You know, we've joined the Euro gang today, but some of you might not know this, but Imran is part of the Euro gang. Not only do we have JZX 100s and JZX 90s.
It's
delusional.
superior.
It's not.
We'll see what the sheets read.
Is that a
at the end
Volkswagen?
anyway, yeah?
We'll see. But just like the JZXs, I have the superior Euro car.
That?
He does, yeah. That's the Volkswagen.
I don't know about that, man.
Let's show
The thing
them.
is, no, the thing is,
Yeah.
you
What
chuck
was
a
that?
stage 1 or stage 2 on this thing, it flies, mate.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, mate,
right.
you're not wrong, and I don't think we can be friends after this.
Me personally though, I'm not going to do no pop crackle, no stage 1s, no stage 2. Keep it stock, keep it
Yeah.
clean. And it's actually manual Golf R as well. I don't know.
Oh,
A
true.
manual
Yeah,
Golf
makes sense.
R.
Bring.
So this is Imran's Golf R. It's pretty cool, and this is his daily, and yeah, it's manual, but
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Show them the inside.
yeah, it's not bad. Manual,
It's clean.
man.
This-
Likewise,
Quite nice.
shift knob.
Yeah, it came with the car. This is a one-owner Golf R,
One
which
owner.
is
One
I don't know,
owner
I'd
Golf
say
R.
impossible to find now. One-owner Golf R, that's impossible. Yeah.
Just not lying.
It's got a clean carbon spoiler on the back here.
It's
It's a very nice
Yeah.
daily. Very nice daily car,
Be
man.
dirty.
But yeah, so Imran and I are actually also part of the Euro gang, which you guys probably didn't know about Mr. Imran. But
This car probably will be up for sale soon. I'm not exiting the Euro gang, but I probably will be upgrading to another Euro.
so as I get mine, you leave Euro.
No, I'm not leaving Euro. I started Euro anyway.
Nah.
I had
What's
the
this
original
sad
Euro,
music
the
in the
Golf
background?
R32, which is actually, I'd say, probably better than this.
Anyway, guys, we're gonna continue working on this thing and pull the valve cover off.
I love the R32 is beautiful. Beautiful car. Beautiful car.
How you going, Euro buddy? Okay, we should be able to wiggle off this fuel rail now. Disconnected everything. Oh, maybe we gotta take off this. Ugh. Oh, there we go. Fuel rail off. And to get this off, I didn't show this, but there are, oh my God. Oh my God. There are a few 10mm bolts or 11mm bolts just at the back there. Watch out, we've got fuel here in WAN. Just gonna chuck at the front. So you gotta remove the entire rail. Phew, stinky. Okay, I think that's everything. Now we just need to start removing the Torx bits all around the valve cover to take this thing off.
Man, these lot are crazy.
Why are you doom scrolling?
Go away.
Why is he doom scrolling, man?
All right, we're about to
Doom
take the
scrolling
valve
while
cover
vaping.
off. Seems to be a little bit stuck on there. So I'm gonna have to pry away at it with a flathead. Oh, I don't know where we're gonna do this without scratching anything, but maybe probably start from there. Oh my God, it's on there, Jesus. Over the years, the gasket gets hard and seals itself really well to the head, so it was very difficult to pry the valve cover
got
off the
this,
head
mate.
itself. I tried my best not to nick the gasket surface, and I seemed to do a pretty good job, but it was a nightmare removing this valve cover gasket. Probably up there in the top 5 hardest things I've ever had to do on a car.
Yeesh.
There is not a lot of room to work with on these
Top
BMWs.
5 hardest things I've had to do. You gotta realize
Oh my
that's
God.
a lot.
What is stuck on there? I know that some of the bolts go back inside, so please just come off, you silly car. There's the gasket, which is completely cooked. Ugh. It's almost off. Please, please just come off.
You got this, mate.
What's it stuck on? Just yank it, dude. Cut the clip.
A few moments later.
All right, guys, we got the valve cover off.
How?
Have a look at this. Valve cover is now entirely off. And I will admit, that was much harder than I anticipated.
Wow, look at
It wasn't
that.
too bad at the start, removing all the bolts, removing all the wiring, but actually finagling the valve cover off, that was a pain in the ass. So here's the valve cover, and you can see the gasket is definitely very brittle and old, and it looks like we've definitely had some leaks right around there. That's where it was leaking onto the exhaust, on the exhaust side. It's even actually cracked there, I think. Yeah, looks like it's cracked or something. Not too sure. Maybe it
I wanna
wasn't
crack,
seated
I wanna
right.
crack,
Oh no,
I
that's
wanna
just how
crack.
the gasket goes. But yeah, the gasket is very brittle and old, and it makes sense why it was leaking. Another thing I didn't realize is that there were these like spark plug covers. They sort of got caught and everything as I was trying to remove it. But you can actually see where the leak was coming out of. I'm not too sure if you're gonna see that on camera, but where the gasket meets the surface of the head, just over there, you can see a bunch of oil on the head. And that was literally going right onto the exhaust, causing smoke. We're gonna have to clean off all this old gasket material because, like I said, it's very brittle and it's like stuck to the head. And then we can put our new valve cover on. I got some unfortunate news, guys.
No way.
So this is the valve cover that I bought.
bought the wrong one?
Unfortunately, it's It's the wrong damn one. There we go. I'll
knew
show
it.
you the old one to compare it to. That is the new versus old. And if you look carefully, there is the oil fill, and on the old one, the oil fill hole is over there. And they've sort of like blocked this off. And there's also a PCB hole there, which obviously the old cover doesn't have. Luckily, this was only $100. And the valve covers on eBay are very cheap. Not too sure how long they'll actually last, but yeah, we ordered the wrong part, guys.
Fortunately, this came in the mail today.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
You got new hardware.
boy.
Here's a quick comparison of the new one. There you go. And of course, it comes with brand new hardware and all the bolts. What I've done is I've also put silicone just underneath the gasket. I did that like about half an hour ago, so it just keeps the gasket in place. And then we should be able to put this on now without the gasket going everywhere.
Before you replace any gasket, you need to make sure that the surface that you're putting the new gasket on is completely free of dirt. As you can see here, the surface was extremely oily and dirty.
That's pretty bad.
There was oil all over the spark plugs, as you can see here.
Look at all that oil. Dude,
How the fuck you
look at
supposed
that.
to clean
That's bad. Edward Scissorhands.
You look fine, just fine.
So we started by cleaning the gasket material.
He's doing a good job though.
It's been like an hour since we last picked up the
Yeah.
camera, cleaning the top of the head, ready for the new valve cover.
Cleaning the
You can
top
see
of
it's
his
looking
head.
pretty decent now. We're just
What, head of his-
soaking up all
his-
the oil in between the spark plugs, because in the middle of the head it is filled. I'm honestly very surprised that this thing didn't throw like a misfire code, or maybe it did and I didn't see it. But anyway, we're gonna chuck the valve cover on, baby.
So it was as simple as putting a new valve cover on, which is what I wish I could say. It was actually a pain in the ass trying to install the new valve cover, as there is no room. It's no wonder the invoices we looked at, the labor costs were the most expensive part of the job. Anyway, I pushed through,
You got
connecting
this,
up
bro.
all the electrical connectors, the fuel rail, which was super satisfying to do, and then the coil packs.
Boom. We will need to change the spark plugs at a later stage, and I'll do that when we need to. For now, we just want to get the car running to see if it all works.
Wait, where's my 10 mil? Hang on, where's my, hey, can someone pass me the 10 mil? Oh, cheers, car.
Son of a bitch. Anytime. Yeah, I've been told not to draw a dick, so I'll just write my name on it this time. Where should I go? Right here?
Next to Peter.
Where's Peter?
Peter Brash.
Hell yeah.
2025. I'll just do 25. There you go.
Valve cover is now on. We got everything tight. Fuel lines connected, vacuum lines connected, electronics connected, and carbon intake. Anyway, we connected the battery. I just want to look over this thing one more time. I'm kind of nervous. Make sure I didn't leave anything in here.
Yeah, there's so much stuff in there.
guys. Oh, got audio.
Turn that shit up.
Okay, here we go. I'm incredibly nervous. As soon as we start this thing, we need to go around to the front and make sure that everything's okay. It should start smoking up a bit because we, sprayed a whole bottle of brake cleaner in there. Except, start.
That sounds good.
Oh,
Ooh. Yeah, it sounds good. It sounds
a
good.
bit of a misfire. Engine fault, reduced power. Well, it's misfiring. Let's go have a look at it.
Now, I'm not gonna lie guys, my heart sank. This was a huge fright, as a problem that could occur after installing a new valve cover could either be hours of my time lost or worse. Thousands and thousands of dollars to fix. I kept my cool behind the camera, but internally, I was scared.
I think it's
I don't
good.
know, maybe a vacuum line or something, because I'm pretty sure I plugged everything in. Full engine power no longer due to journey delay. Drive moderately. Have the problem checked by BMW. Yeah, you. Give it another rev.
I know someone with a 330i. They
Now,
also
the
have
car
an
was
engine
very low
misfires,
on
bro.
fuel, so I decided to go to the petrol station to fill up a jerry can, as I was sort of running out of options here.
We really need a staircase up here or something. So I can't believe this. I just have.
Oh my days. City boys, city boys, city boys.
One last look at the car before I went off to get some fuel, and I figured out the misfire.
Let me show you. I was just checking all the cables, and turns out I didn't connect up one of the injector wires. So, oh, wrong way. Fuel injector number 6 plugged in.
Let's try to start this one more time before we go and get some more fuel for it.
Here we go. Bet you it's not going to misfire now.
Yep. There we go. Running mint. So we still have a check engine light, so we're gonna have to probably clear the codes. Also, we need to fill it up with petrol because we have like 12 kilometers left. All right, we're back from the servo. Got my 20-litre jerry can.
20 litre? Wow, what a beautiful car that is though. Looks amazing.
Well boys, we got the BMW running. Let's go for a test drive. This thing freaking rips. It's actually insane. Like, it's way faster than it should be. And I paid $2,700, baby. At this point, the car was running fantastic. It still had no power steering. However, the oil leak definitely was fixed, and we were able to properly test drive the car for the very first time.
I get it, man. But don't give him credit. Like, what the fuck, that's not.
Alright, first pull. You ready? Oh! We got no power steering though, but it rips, man. Dude, it's so quick. It might have a tune, I don't know.
I think it might have a tune.
Yeah, I think it has a tune, man. Alright boys, here we go. Bro,
it's got paddle shifters.
Club, baby. Hell yeah,
beautiful
bro.
car. I really like it.
It's so fast. I'm not messing around now with one turbo, we got two. Got the AC running, got the speakers, the iDrive.
This feels better.
Whoa.
Ah, dude. Oh, my Uber's here.
Bro, we're abusing this thing. Oh, hang on.
It stinks though.
It stinks,
yeah, it
bro.
stinks.
I think something's very wrong.
What do you mean?
It smells, man.
Yeah,
I can smell. It still smells. It smells like it's burning. How's it sound? Does it sound alright?
It sounds really good. Yep.
It's smoking, man. Really bad. That doesn't make any sense.
I just thought of like a video idea. Imagine that you've got a car and there's like something wrong with it, or there's nothing wrong with it. And you take it to a mechanic just to see what they say. You know? So you go there, and your BMW that has, you know, one rattly wheel, and you know why it's rattly. And you go to the mechanic and say, oh, I don't know why it's rattling. What can you do? And they'll probably hit you back like, oh, your headlight is this, your tire is that, and this is that. It's going to cost you £2,000. And then you just tell the mechanic, I'm joking with you, mate. I know it's only your bubbly wheel. And he's going to be like, oh, you can't, no, fuck off. I think, to be fair, that happens all the time, not even on camera. So if someone put it on camera, I guess it'd be funny.
Because we just replaced the valve cover. Oh my god.
Ah! Whoa, whoa,
man,
whoa.
You fix one oil leak and you find another. BMWs, bro. Oh no. So again, I went into panic mode because this could have been a really expensive problem that needed to be fixed. After replacing the valve cover, which was where the main oil leak was coming from, it was still smoking up. Luckily, my friend PJ, who you guys know from the older videos, came around on his bike.
I was gonna mix
and
this
he
with
said
alcohol,
it was probably remnants from
but
the
it
valve
just
cover leaking
tastes
so bad.
good.
So I got out some
I
brake
don't even
cleaner,
want to mix
sprayed
it.
everything
Maybe a little
down,
bit.
waited for it to all dry, and thankfully that fixed the oil smoking problem.
No way.
I'm a bit lightheaded from the brake cleaner. Whew. Gotta be careful when spraying that stuff because that stuff makes you feel all sorts of ways.
Makes you feel
anyway,
good.
it's time to fix the power steering pump. So we're gonna jack the car up now, replace the power steering pump. Don't know how bad of a job this is gonna be, but hopefully as easy as the valve cover because that wasn't too bad.
So this is going to be our first look underneath the BMW for the very first time. I'm very curious to see what this thing is like because I had a look underneath before I bought it and I couldn't see any oil leaks and the drip tray was off as well. So yeah, just like I thought, guys,
check this out. There's like no oil leaks
Bacardi,
at all.
It is completely dry under here. I can't even see a bushing that's bad or a ball joint. Even all the ball joints look fantastic. So I don't even know where the power steering pump is, man. I think it's just around there.
About to start drinking.
How do I get to that?
So I got really lucky with this BMW. There was not a drop of oil underneath the engine bay. That is very rare for these cars because they are notorious for leaking oil absolutely everywhere. Anyway, it was time to start removing the power steering pump, which I of course had never done before. I knew this was going to be a pain in the ass because I watched a few videos, and I can confirm it was not easy. There's a lot of stuff that you have to remove out of the way in order to get your hands down to the power steering pump, and you really got to take your time because half of the engine bay is made from plastic. Plastic is very brittle, and obviously with a lot of heat cycles, it tends to get very brittle, so you got to take extra care when working on these engines. I'm also going to do a service to the car because it was overdue, so after taking everything apart, we headed down to Autobahn to grab some oil. Alright guys, we are now here at Autobahn picking up some oil for the BMW. Autobahn, been helping out for ages, and we're going to grab some oil and a filter, get the BMW running. Got all the oil that we could ever need at Autobahn. What do you reckon we should get?
540, you don't want anything too thick.
540, yeah, that sounds about right. 6.5 litres. So it says that we need 6.5 litres and it's suggesting 5W40. I picked up 10 litres of Penrite 10W40. And once again, guys, Autobahn has been a massive helper of the channel. They're providing the oil today for this BMW. If you guys want anything tools related, service related, dash cams, audio, you name it for automotive, then head down to your local Autobahn because they've got everything. Oh, jeez, there's not a lot of room in here. Don't want to crack that pipe. This bloody cooler's in the way. I think it's a oil cooler or something. Oh my god. We've got the pulley bolts off now, and now we can take the belt off. I don't even know where this socket's going. Jesus Christ. Oh, this cooler is just in the way, man. Last bolt at the back. I've managed to somehow get the tool in there. Here we go. There we go. All right, we've almost got the pump out, guys. A lot of swearing. We've disconnected a power steering line, which was disgustingly hard to do. Got the fluid all drained. And apparently the next thing we're gonna do is take off the power steering lines from here. Now the annoying thing is, guys, there's one-time use clamps. One-time use clamps on the BMW, which means you can only use them one time. So we need to chop them off. How the hell am I gonna get to that? Oh my god, why BMW?
Guys.
Why make this even harder than it already is?
Now I'm gonna take a sip.
How the hell am I supposed to get this off? Oh, it's so close to smacking the radiator as well. I never want to do this ever again. Jesus Christ. That's the power steering pump. I don't know if the steering rack could be bad, but yeah, look at that. Shit job. And of course, look, it's also got another one-time use clip. It's got a one-time use clip there.
Are you serious right now?
Do you want to play League of Legends now?
I really want to play League of Legends with my best friend Draven.
That's me. Okay.
That's him.
Get me out. So we've got the old power steering pump off now, and I just got the new pump in the mail. Not too sure what brand this is, but it was cheap. It was about $250 on the interwebs, and it's exactly the same as the standard pump. It just doesn't come with any lines. So we're gonna have to put the line that's currently on the power steering pump onto the new one. And the frustrating thing about BMWs is for some reason they use these one-time use clamps everywhere. So come on, focus your dog. So as you can see, there's a one-time use clamp on the hose right here, and because it's got some pretty hectic bends, we're gonna make sure that we put it back in the exact same way. We also have to take off the bracket that holds the power steering pump to the motor. So a few Torx bits. We'll clean this up, take this hose off, line everything up, then put the new power steering pump in, and hopefully the cheap one works. Luckily, on the OEM hose, there's a little marker showing where it needs to go. So when you're putting it onto the new pump, you can put it on exactly where it needs to go to reach the power steering reservoir. Of course, I had to break this clamp. I then put the hose onto the new power steering pump, and then we were ready to install it onto the engine. We've got the old brackets connected, and it's now time to finagle this thing back in, which is not fun. So I'm gonna put the camera down and play with it myself. Otherwise, I'll probably start rowing.
Put the camera down and play with it yourself.
Give us an example. While we're doing this, Nathan has bought a new car. If you guys want to see this AU Falcon, then head over to his channel. He bought an AU Falcon from the Wreckers, basically.
It was crap, so it does belong in the Wreckers, but it's not any AU, it's an XR6, you see that?
It's nice though. Fuck it.
Making some major progress. Just putting on the serpentine belt now. And I forgot how it went on, so I've looked up a little diagram on the interwebs. The annoying thing is, when working on this BMW, you can't really visualize anything. Nothing really makes sense. Half the bolts that I'm undoing, I can't even see. I'm just using my hands. But we're almost done, guys. Home stretch. Just putting everything back together and we can take this thing for a rip. All right, this is exciting, guys. We've got one more piece to put back in the BMW, and then we can finally start the car. The radiator fan shroud. Very exciting, guys.
What the fuck? How does that even fit in the car?
We have everything installed now. New power steering pump. Bit worried because it was one of the cheapest ones on the internet, but yeah, we are ready to start the car. We're going to connect with the battery.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Okay, guys.
I'll do it, Nathan. Hello, guys. Today we're working on my
now do a Rexon. Okay, guys.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys.
Here we go. This is 6 hours of work.
Okay, guys.
Please.
Okay, guys. Start some. Nice.
Oh. Got power steering.
Yes, got power steering.
It's on the ground. Oh, it's pretty loose up in the air as well. Oh, I gotta chuck it on the ground.
Are you scared?
I'm very scared. I'll fill it up with some power steering fluid. New power steering pump installed. However, we wouldn't be able to tell if it was going to work until the car was on the ground. Now, while it was in the air, I decided to do a quick oil change with the oil from Autobahn.
Yo, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Nathan helped me
just
out
tried to
removing
beat
the
his
oil
ass right
filter,
then and there.
replacing it with a new one. So we had fresh oil, a new power steering pump, a new valve cover gasket, no oil leaks. If this all worked, this BMW was an absolute
If it all works out.
That's what good.
Pour the juice, pour the juice. Bro, it's got every light on the dash. What the fuck is
Works. Yes! Yes! Oh,
let's go.
It's so good.
I'm very proud of him. Very proud.
Okay, so we now need to check the oil level. And in classic BMW fashion, this thing does not have a dipstick. So you have to do everything on the cluster right here.
For some reason it's not here. It makes sense if it was here, but you actually have to go cluster. You go like this, service info.
Yep.
You press that in, and then you go to
Oil.
this. Oh, there we go, oil. There you go.
Okay.
It's loading now, so see there's a little clock in there.
So now we're gonna wait for the engine to load how much oil we have in the motor. Very odd.
Like back when I used to work on Audis, it was always here, and you would also have to wait for it to warm up.
I don't want
because it
present one
wouldn't- obviously
Audis.
The cold oil level is different to warm oil, but you couldn't have the car running on Audis, so this is different.
Look at that. Perfect.
Is it meant to be past max, or is it supposed to be like at that thing?
I think if you go past that, that's too much, right?
Alright.
Don't know. So I've got the BMW now filled with brand new oil. It's got a brand new power steering pump, a brand new valve cover, and this thing drives awesome. We spent $125 on the valve cover, $240 on the power steering pump, about $110 in oil, and $2,700 in the car. This is what we're at. This is the total
That's
of the
worth
screen.
it.
We have not really spent
I ain't
much
gonna
money
lie.
for a running
It's
and driving twin-turbo straight six
$3,350.
BMW, which is sick.
Very
the next
worth
thing that we're
it.
going
I'm
to
not
do
gonna
is
lie.
put the rest of the BMW
Because
engine
you
bay
can
back
spend
together.
3.3K
This is
on the
all
car
you
and
guys
it'll
have
still
really
have
seen,
problems.
just the engine like this, but there's actually all
Worth it.
these parts that need to go back
Worth
on the
it.
car. None of this was installed when I got the car. These were all spares that were sitting in the boot. So we're gonna go ahead and attempt to install all of this stuff. And I've never done this before because I never had to take it out. So we're gonna see how we go. So only a few more pieces to have this car fully complete. The car came with absolutely everything, including the under tray, which I didn't show in the video. But because I had never installed any of this stuff before, I had to watch some YouTube videos. And that's basically what I do with every car that I build. I just sit on YouTube and watch someone else do it so that I can do it. I've watched Lachlan do all of this in the past with his BMW 330. Surprisingly, none of this stuff takes that long. You need to install the strut bar before you install anything else, which I found out later. But now, guys, the car is absolutely complete. $3,350 is insane. We definitely scored big on this car.
I like it.
So it's now all fixed. We have a functioning BMW N54 engine without any oil leaks. How rare. Which means that
How did she do that?
It's time to start modifying it.
Yes!
It was now time to modify the BMW after all the pain that I went through trying to get this car fixed. The first modification that we're going to do to this car is something that every BMW owner does,
me, I'm gonna
and
be
it's something that
pissed.
you can do to your BMW too.
So the first modification that we're going to do on the BMW 335i is a free mod, and I'll show you that in a second. We can't actually bring this car inside the shop because, check this out, we've got a full shop, guys. Imran has his JZX90 in here. We have 1 AU Falcon, 2 AU Falcons, 3 AU Falcons, and 4.
So although we have a shop, we are already at capacity with all these AU Falcons, which meant that we had to do this modification outside.
What free
You
mod?
can actually do a modification that allows the exhaust to bypass the valve.
So that's right, although this car has 2 exhaust tips, the exhaust only flows out of one side.
A lot of people will do a Golf tee mod, and essentially what they do is they plug a Golf tee in the vacuum line that goes to the actuator, which I'll try to show you. Oh, the actuator's right here, yeah. So there's the vacuum line right there, and that activates an actuator. So it closes this off when you give it any sort of revs, which is the opposite of what you want to do.
So what people do is they get a Golf tee or a screw, they put that in that vacuum line and block it off. But there's a much simpler option.
So this guy on YouTube said that you don't actually need to do that. All you need to do is unplug the actuator. So if you go in here, you pull this panel off, and then we have a plug right there. Look at that.
Before we unplug the actuator, here are some sound clips of what the car sounded like stock.
Well, it's still stock,
I don't know,
isn't
that
it?
doesn't really sound that good. No, cameraman says no.
Sounds pretty nice to me.
So we're gonna unplug the actuator now. So there's the clip right there. It's a 2-pin clip, and that opens the valve full time.
Oh, it does sound better.
So there you go. If you have an E90 or E92 BMW, all you need to do is unplug the actuator and you immediately get more sound coming out the exhaust. Anyway, it was time to do some more modifications to the BMW, so we took it just down the road to our friends over at Mars Performance.
Stage 1.
So guys, we are now here at Mars Performance, only just down the road from our shop, and we are here to modify the BMW 335i. Originally, I wasn't actually going to modify this thing. I was going to keep its stock body and everything, but I got in contact with Mars Performance and we're going to be putting an entire body kit on this thing. I really love the stock look of these cars, but I think you can make them look even better with just a simple body kit. So we're going to head into the showroom now and we're going to order a body kit and make the BMW look even better than it already does.
So Mars Performance is just around the corner. They invited me down to check out their warehouse and showroom, and man, this place is absolute goals. They've got parts here for all sorts of different cars, including Audi, BMW, Mercedes, JDM cars, Fords, Holdens, basically everything. But I'm here for the E92, so I'm going to order some parts, and we're going to turn the cheapest 335i into the nicest 335 ever on a budget.
Okay, so it's now time to finally select our body kit from Mars Performance. We're just in their showroom right now, and they've even given us access to their computer. So we're actually going to be ordering everything on their computer.
Don't get carried away.
No, I'm going to order everything, their whole catalog.
As much as I'd like to get everything for the E92, I only selected a few things that I really wanted, and I think it's enough to make the car look fantastic. Once I put the order through, I sat in their showroom, read some magazines, and not long after that, we got some new parts from the warehouse delivered right to us.
Fender, bumper. He said a few things,
so
man.
We have
That's
an
a lot more than I
entire
thought.
body kit for the BMW. Check this out. We just need to unbox like 6 or 7 boxes. I don't even know what's in any of these. Oh man, I'm so excited, bro. Looks like in this box we've got the fenders. Oh, these are metal. What the hell? The factory's plastic. That's crazy. Bro, I'm pretty shocked with this because the factory fenders are made from plastic and the Mars Performance fenders are actually made from metal. So it's technically an upgrade. Holy moly. This is our new front bumper. Dude, look at this. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna look pretty gnarly. Definitely makes it a bit more aggressive and wider. It adds a couple body lines as well, which is nice.
That is gonna sit just underneath the bumper.
These more aggressive style bumpers have these little channels at the bottom here. So when you add a lip and fill it out, it almost adds like extra vent holes so it looks more race car.
Man, serious car.
It was now time to load the body kit up and take it back to our shop. Thankfully, Alex bought his Prado and it only just fit everything in the back of it. Now, massive shout out to Mars Performance. If you guys want to get any body kit stuff,
I'm gonna go to Mars Performance,
over to their
grab
website
a body
first
kit
and
for my
check it
smart
out.
car
They're local
42.
to us and they're supporting this E92 335i build. Now let's bring the E92 back to the shop and get this body kit installed.
We're back at the shop now with the BMW. We've got the entire body kit transported here. Let me show you guys what we have back here. All the boxes all repackaged because we had to move it all here. But we're gonna start off by installing the bumper, the front M3 style bumper. The cool thing is it even has the standard holes for the washer sprayers for the headlights, and it of course comes with all the grills.
Now I really love the styling on an E92 M3 front bumper. However, an M3 bumper will not just bolt onto a 335i, so that's the cool thing about this bumper. It's a replica and it's made to fit the E92, and it's going to give us that more aggressive look that I'm going for.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited, man.
We're gonna have a whole new body kit and it's gonna look really nice. What are we gonna do about the wheels?
We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out eventually.
Because they're nice, but I feel like when you got a nice body kit, you wanna add some nice flair.
Yeah, what wheels do you reckon we should get?
I reckon work Kwame's.
Over the past few years, I've really become attached to these BMW E chassis because Lachlan years ago had one which opened my mind to the Euro world. This is quite literally going to be my dream BMW 335i build, and it's crazy to think I got this car for so cheap. Anyway, removing the front bumper wasn't actually that difficult, which was very surprising as anything to do with the engine was extremely mind-boggling. You just gotta take your time, and there's plenty of YouTube videos explaining in detail how to work on these cars. So if I had any issues, I just loaded up the good old YouTube, and I guess that's where the term YouTube mechanic comes from. Because some of you guys think that I'm a mechanic because it looks like I know what I'm doing, but really I just go on YouTube to figure out how to do stuff, which is probably what you guys do too.
Okay, I think I've removed everything that I need to in order to take off the bumper now. We've removed the top Torx bolts, the under trays, and all we need to do now is disconnect the parking sensors when we remove the bumper. That's gonna be a bit tricky.
Get in there, pull it out, mate.
It is being stubborn, all right. Yeah, can you disconnect these?
I can just hold the bar. Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
There we go. Bumper off, baby. So we've got the new bumper here. Have a look, guys. And just taped to the back of the bumper was this little package right here. Now, unfortunately, there are no holes for the parking sensors included, so we're gonna have to drill our own. But we, of course, get these in the box, which are the little brackets for your parking sensors. So we'll be able to stick these on from behind and then sort of line everything up. That's gonna be really intimidating, but at least we have those. We've also got the little covers for the headlight washers, which is cool. And of course, we got some grills. Shall we test fit one of these?
Yeah.
Do they screw in? Yeah, they screw in.
Just place it on. See how
Place
it
it
looks.
on.
That's the wrong way.
There we go, just like that. Look at that. But we're now gonna
That's
test fit
nice.
this on the car and see how it looks.
So the test fit went really well. We did have to do some modifying to the air ducts going to the brakes though. Other than that, it's almost as simple as taking the old bumper off and putting the new bumper on. But of course, with a different style, there is gonna be a bit of modification required.
Just making some holes now for the plate. The most nerve-wracking part.
That's it, boom.
Is that straight? That looks pretty straight to me.
That looks good.
I hope that's straight. Bumper is now
looks good.
installed. Look at this, guys. Looks so good. The fitment on this is genuinely perfect. It fits every little surface exactly the way you want it to. No weird warpage or anything like that. The final piece of the bumper, of course, are the grills. And we went ahead and got some M4 grills from Mars Performance as well.
There's gonna be the one with two.
Yeah, you like that?
I knew it.
I reckon that
Everyone always gets those, bro.
Yeah, you like
the one with the
these?
two.
It's supposed to be the M4. Is that the
Everyone
M4
gets those, bro.
These are the M4 grills, yes. I wanted to try these out. Originally, I wanted to go the standard style E92 grills, but they had these on their website, so I was like, may as well
Everyone
try the
gets
M4
those,
grills.
man.
I'm pretty sure these just click in,
Yeah,
hopefully.
they do.
Hopefully, this just goes right in. Oh,
They look good.
look at that. God damn. Gotta make sure all the tabs are lined up before putting force and everything. Snaps right into place.
A satisfying snap.
Oh, that's satisfying.
Look how much better that looks with these M4 style grills. Originally, I wanted to go the standard ones, but I do not regret this at all. They look so good.
Damn.
Damn. Holy moly, bro.
It looks nice.
That looks insane. We just need to put the lip on and stuff. That would complete the whole look, but
This is just the beginning.
just the beginning. So we got the bumper off the BMW now because we need to take off the fenders, and obviously to get to the fenders you need to have the bumper off because the bumper bolts right into the fenders. Looks like there's just a bunch of 10 mils on the fender itself. We might need to remove the side skirt as well to get to the fender bolts, so I might have to remove this first.
The kit was coming along nicely. I was really taking my time because half this car is made from plastic. The side skirts were held in with some clips on the top, some bolts underneath, and some more plastic clips on the quarter panel. After the side skirt was removed, I then started to remove the passenger side fender as I went with these fenders, which look absolutely incredible. This is where I really had to take my time, as there's a few tricky clips in order to remove the fender. There are also a few 10mm bolts in some tricky places, but with a bit of patience, anything is possible.
you gotta
and we
be
got this fender removed
patient.
without breaking anything.
So we got the old fender off, and we are now going to install the new
Old
fender.
6 fender
now,
off.
this new fender is an M4 style fender, and of course it has like some trim pieces here, but before we install those, we're going to install this onto the car and see how it fits. The original ones are made from plastic. These are made from metal, which means the quality is very good. So let's see what this looks like. Bro, that looks sick. Not bad at all. Look at that, guys. We're gonna have to transfer some of the parts over from the old fender to this fender, like the brackets down here, but damn. This is looking sick. Oh yeah. Got a bit ahead of myself and installed the front bumper again and the side skirts. Let me show you what these things look like. Oh my God, look at how good this looks. Holy crap. We got the M Sport side skirt on. You can't really see because it's black, but it's got a much more aggressive point just in the middle of the side skirt right there. I'll show you the other side for comparison. You can see the standard skirt doesn't really have any sort of line in the middle of it. It's literally just flat. But yeah, have a look at that, guys. This is just looking freaking insane. I'm now gonna put the front lip on, which is just held on by some self-tappers. So here's the front lip. There's 3 pieces to the front lip. It just sort of goes on like so. Because the pieces are all separated, I've decided to use some masking tape to sort of hold all the pieces together. And I should be able to put this all on. There we go, okay. Damn, that actually fits perfectly. That looks crazy. Look at that. Oh my God. Just need to do some self-tapping now and then we are ready for an install, baby. We're now installing the Mars Performance fog lights, and these are pretty cool. The factory ones have like a halogen bulb. This one probably is also halogen, but it's got a projector screen in there, as you can see. We just put the grille on the M3 bumper and we're now going to install this with some self-tappers. Just bolts in place and then you're good to go. Hell yeah, cuh. We've just got the car running because apparently you need it running to get the fog lights on. And there we go, there's our fog light. Looks so good. I definitely need to change the color of the globes though and the halos because the yellow is just not it. Yeah, that is so sick. It all is just plug and play, guys. Far out. I'm so happy with this kit, man.
It was now time to put the car on the ground after all the hard work installing the bumper, the fender, the front lip, and the side skirt.
Not bad.
We've only done one side so I can compare both sides, new versus old. I was pretty shocked with how good this body kit looked.
All right, we just got the car on the ground, and holy crap, guys, this looks absolutely insane. I am stoked with how this looks. The lip really suits the car. I don't mind just the M3 bar, bare, but that lip really improves the look of this thing, especially being so low. We're still at legal ride height, but yeah, dude, this looks so good. Fender on, bumper on, fog light. Bro, this thing looks crazy. Dude, Holy moly, that looks so good. I've got the car flipped around now so that we got more light working on the bumper, but obviously the body kit is not painted or color matched to the car at all. So we do have a few options here. I could paint the car, but then I can't change the color ever again. So I'm gonna wrap it. Don't know what color yet, so I want.
Way. My mic's been on mute that whole time. No. No. Sorry, guys. I actually need to check. I was on mute for that long.
And you really got to take your time because
Adds a couple body lines as well, which is nice.
That is gonna sit just underneath plastic. These are made from metal, which means the quality is very good. So let's see what this looks like. Bro, that looks sick. Not bad at all. Look at that, guys. We're gonna have to transfer some of the parts over from the old fender to this fender, like the brackets down here. But damn, this is looking sick. Oh yeah.
I don't think I was. I think I'm just going crazy. I'm hallucinating. I'm going crazy. But I don't know if I was muttered for the last 10 minutes or not.
I want you guys to comment down below what color you think that I should wrap this.
Ooh, orange. I like this color. This mint. Orange is cool. Yeah, I knew he was gonna wrap it.
Thing. I've got a few colors in mind. I put up a story on Instagram asking you guys what you think that I should wrap this thing.
So I am going to be wrapping this car, so let me know what color you think I should go in the comments down below. The sky is the limit. We could wrap this thing any color, but I want to know your thoughts.
You guys already know what's in this box.
The ass.
So we're gonna start taking off the rear bumper and then install this thing. It's already got the holes for the parking sensors, which is pretty cool. And yeah, can't wait. Working on this car hasn't actually been that bad. These aren't as bad as I thought to work on. You just gotta take your time. But yeah, we need to remove this tail light in order to remove this bumper.
There are only 3 8mm nuts holding these back tail lights in, and there's just a bunch of clips all around the bumper and a few screws on each corner. The corner screws are a little bit difficult to get to because you need to pull the fender lining back, and it was getting dark, so it was kind of hard to see. But luckily I had my dad at the warehouse as well, and he just used his phone to shine the light so I could see what I was doing.
What a smart dad.
Those are not easy to get to. Now wait.
How are you going to protect this now?
Okay, so I've taken off the rear bumper now. We're now going to install the new bumper. We're just going to sort of test fit it, get it in place, and then put everything else back, like the parking sensors and all that. But for now, I just want to see what it's going to look like.
Nice.
So we got the bumper installed last night with the help from my dad. It looks so much better than the standard one. It's much more aggressive. It's the M Sport bumper. And what's interesting as well with this bumper is that it sort of sits a little bit higher than the standard one, which means that you can see the exhaust a little bit better. That diffuser piece as well can be replaceable, which is sick. And we're probably gonna paint that a gloss black. Yeah, I'm so stoked with how this car is looking. It looks phenomenal. Yeah, look at the fitment as well on the kit. Everything
man, he got this car running quick,
the
man.
gaps as well.
Some of these videos we watch, they're working on getting the car working for like
anything from you guys.
Almost 6-7 months.
I think the biggest difference between this and the standard kit is that this has just sharper edges everywhere, and it sort of cleans up that smooth look that these cars have. Like that lip and splitter is very straight. The bumper more curvy, more sharp edges, and the side skirt as well, which is hard to see with this lighting. Here's a look at the rear as well with the lights on. Oh yeah, that's sick. This is the furthest that we have driven the BMW since putting it up on jack stands to do the body kit. And here it is, guys. We just took it down to 7-Eleven. Got a quick drink at like 1:30 in the morning. I've had to take the front lip off because I want it as easy as possible for the wrapper to wrap everything.
The wrapper?
Dude, this thing is looking
I'm a rapper.
crazy, man.
Anyway, with the car sprayed down and the body kit installed, it was now time to take it down to the wrap shop.
Waving is my phone. Ooh. I thought he done it purple.
All right, guys, we are here at Elevate Auto Styling with
Greg and Paul.
We've been going for about 2 years now. We do vinyl wrapping, tinting, PPF, anything customization that you can think about for your car, we got you covered.
How many cars do you reckon you've wrapped over the past 2 years?
70 maybe full color changes. Probably another 70 like partial wraps.
They're going to be taking my car for the next couple of days.
What, 100 cars in 2 years?
I haven't shown you guys the color yet. We'll show you.
That's like
just
one
a second.
car every
One of the reasons why I brought this
3
car here
weeks.
is
I guess it's
because
not bad,
I've actually
though.
been following Greg for a very long time on Instagram. E92, bro. That's the one?
That's the one.
He has an E92 335i as well. But yeah, firstly I want to show you around this place.
Yeah, so all of these rolls is a car that we've done fully.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Well, show you
maybe
around.
we should have gone with this color, man. What do you think?
Ooh.
Bright orange. Like a
Bro, that would look so
That's a sick
nice.
color.
So the car was in good hands, and now that we've got the car here, it's time to finally show you guys what color I went.
Green?
Look, these boys already got their hands all over my car. What the hell's going on?
Hurry up. I need the wrap. Did you get it done?
Alright, so guys, it is finally time
So he bought
to
the wrap
unbox
himself.
our wrap. Massive shout out to Vinyl Frog because they have supplied us with this wrap. I only just had a look at it before we came, so this is going to be the first time I actually take this out of the package properly.
Black.
It's black.
That's awesome.
It is black.
Very nice black. So guys, the color that I chose is British Racing Green from Vinyl Frog. You guys
that's
have
actually
done
black.
a car in this color.
We did an
before.
R34 in this color. It looked so good. I wanted to wrap my car in this color.
Oh my god, it looks crazy, bro.
You guys should hold the vinyl together, all three of you.
Yeah. Wait till you see it on the car, it's even better.
Yeah, right now it doesn't look like much. It looks like black, but
Once it's on the car and it's spread out, you can really see the color.
there's
Alright.
like a bluey sort of tinge to it, isn't there? Yeah.
It looks like black.
So here's a small sample of Vinyl Frog's British
Oh, I
Racing Green in the light. It's a
see.
very dark green with almost a
Oh,
bluish tinge to it in the
that's
sun.
cute.
You're not really going to be able to tell until the entire car is wrapped, but this was the exact look that I was going for. I want
like
the
it.
car to look almost black at nighttime with a small hint of green, but where the car is really going to pop is in
in the
direct
sun.
sunlight because
Yes.
this film, although it's not showing on camera very well, is honestly nothing like I'd ever seen
Bro,
before
where is
on
my
a car
phone?
at a car meet. It's a very unique color, and I wouldn't say it's your typical British Racing Green, but it's definitely something that will get heads turning.
Alright, so there's only one more thing to do, guys.
Wrap
and that's
it.
to hand over my BMW to these guys.
Are you sure?
I am, yes.
Don't worry, when you get it back, it's going to be a completely transformed beast.
If you get it back.
Maybe if you get it back. Maybe I'll swap them. You won't know.
Alright, let's get out of here, guys. So this was the hard part, having to now patiently wait for my car
Where's
to
my
be
phone?
returned from Elevate Auto Styling. Greg was sending me small little updates,
I
small
found it.
little teasers, and guys, it looks absolutely insane. Here are some clips of them actually wrapping the car. Originally, I was going to attempt this myself, but after speaking with Greg and Paul, that would have been a massive mistake, because after seeing what they went through to wrap this car, I could see where I would personally mess up. You have to have a very good attention to
patient.
detail doing this
Yeah.
sort of stuff, and I would have definitely been impatient and probably messed the entire roll up. Anyway, it took them a total of 4 days to wrap the car, and I
4
actually went back there halfway. They still had a lot to go,
Wow.
but it was crazy to see just the parts they had done wrapped. Alright, so it's been a couple days. We're going to go head back to Elevate Auto Styling and we're going to check out the wrap. And just a bit of an update for you guys on the 32. It's still sitting here. We'll make a video on this soon. But yeah, this video is about the Beamer, so let's go.
I wanted to take the BF Falcon, but of course the battery was so dead that we couldn't
What is a
even
BF
jump start
Falcon,
it.
bro?
So we just drove the Camry. Anyway, let's go see how the boys at Elevate are doing.
Nice. Very nice.
We are here at Elevate Auto Styling and I'm looking at the car right now and I'm kind of mind blown.
My nails are
It's
really
crazy to
sensitive
see
right
this
now.
thing all one color. They still haven't done the bumpers yet. They're still working on it, and that's the reason why we've come to see a bit more of the process. But come check this out. What's going on, boys?
Oh, yeah.
You guys probably can't see it, but it's pretty dark right now. But once we have this thing in the sun, it's gonna reflect a little bit of blue colors, a little bit of green colors, some sparkles. You can kind of see a little bit there.
This is what the guys had accomplished after 2 days. Everything was going smoothly, but they did run into one problem.
Is it hard? Is it hard disassembling the car?
No, it's pretty easy.
Honestly, out of all the cars we've worked on, this is probably like one of the easier ones. So I don't know if it's because we've done it a few times, but these cars and Holdens and Fords are like the easiest to work on. It's like they're designed for you to just like pull it apart and put it back together quick.
Yeah, they're having a bit of problems removing the rear spoiler. Why is it so hard to remove? Is there like silicon on it or something?
Normally they're just held on with double-sided tape, so you can just like run a piece of fishing line.
I think at the bottom of it they've put like dabs of silicon.
Yeah, okay.
And I don't know how long it's been on for, but it's like stuck.
Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, so we are going to be reusing this. We're going to be putting clear coat on this and then sticking it back on, but probably not with silicon. Probably just with some double-sided tape.
Double-sided is enough.
I mean, it's kind of good that they put silicon. It means it's not going to come off, but
good until you
moving
get
the whole
to
car.
Now, because I've never personally seen this process before, it was cool to see Paul demonstrate the memory properties of vinyl wrap. He heated a piece up and then pressed his fist into it, and you can see when he applied heat again, it returned back to its original shape.
Nice. Dude, that's crazy. Look at that. It's self-healing.
Yeah. So if you like wash your car and you get swirl marks, in the sun it'll just go away.
Interesting.
We left the boys alone to finish the job, so we're going to do another time jump to pickup day.
I like it, I like it, I like it, I like it. I would definitely drive that. Ooh, man.
Alright guys, we are now back. It's been a couple of days and we've got the BMW right here. Check this out. I already saw this thing we were driving through and I've had my initial reactions. It's freaking insane.
The car honestly looked crazy.
Friggin'
it didn't
insane.
even seem like it was wrapped. It looked like paint. This wrap from Vinyl Frog is an incredible color. And if you want to go check out their website, head to the description down below. We went with the British Racing Green, of course, but there are a bunch of other colors to choose from. And the boys at Elevate absolutely killed it. They've used Vinyl Frog in the past and have had some big success. But of course, it all comes down to their skill. And I honestly couldn't point out any flaws in their work.
So as we said before, like we just pulled the whole car apart. Then from there we just went and just wrapped all the easy parts and left the shitty parts like the bumpers to the end.
There's a few little imperfections because of the paint that was underneath. I didn't really show that to you guys on YouTube, but
that's one thing that a lot of people don't know about wraps as well. Like if you don't already have good paint, it'll show all your imperfections through. So it's always better to get damage repaired before you bring your car to a wrap shop.
The paint underneath the spoiler was really, really bad. So again, nothing to do with these guys mucking up their wrap job. That's purely because the paint under there was cooked. All right, Greg's gonna demonstrate the ceramic coat.
Done this correctly, the water should just bead and it shouldn't stick.
Damn. Oh look, it's going all over you. That's gonna make it so much easier to clean. Appreciate that, thanks boys.
Please spill on it.
You wanna try?
Now, if you guys use the code REXH when inquiring for a wrap at Elevate Auto Styling, you will get 5% off all services. They do
5%
everything
off.
from wraps, PPF, tinting, custom lighting, and
How
custom
little is 5%
interiors.
off?
They also supply some great products,
I guess it's
including
better
their
than
ceramic
nothing.
coating, which they can do on your car as well. Definitely go check out their Instagram page and their website. And of course, they're a small local business, so if you head to these guys, you'll be supporting the boys, and I have a massive passion for that.
All right guys, we are now back at the shop. Check this out. The car is finally here and yeah, it looks insane. The camera's finding it hard to focus because it's so glossy. What do you reckon, man?
Sparkles.
Sparkles. But we now, of course, before we take any photos, we need to put all the rest of the kit back on from Mars Performance. The fog light, the lip, and also the sensors, because we want to be able to have parking sensors.
I took a bunch of parts off the BMW so
Someone
I
said,
could get
"What
it
am I
back
doing? I'm
as soon as
cutting
possible
my
from the wrap
handnails."
shop. Disassembling your car will obviously make it easier for the wrap shop. So I had the bumper sensors out, the grills, the front lip, so we needed to put all of that back. The only issue is the parking sensors come color matched from factory, so I was going to have to wrap them, which I had never done before.
Next day now, I got the car on the ground with the lip on. It looks absolutely insane, guys. I am like over the moon with how this car looks. It's probably one of my best looking cars, I'll be honest, but the Mars Performance bumper with the Mars Performance lip and all the grills looks so damn good. And we also added this little trim piece that we still need to wire up on the fender right there.
You can't really see it in this lighting because the film is so reflective. But one thing that I didn't do last night was add the bumper sensors, so that's what I'm gonna do today. So I do need to take the bumper off again. As you can see, I drilled holes for the sensors on the bumper, and the parking sensors are color matched to the color of the car. So we have some silver sensors that we need to wrap the same color as the rest of the car, and I've gone ahead and started doing that. Definitely a pain in the ass to do, but I decided that I wanted to try this myself. Here is the result. There's the green parking sensor right there, and that's the original one. The guys would have done this for me if I left the bumper sensors on the car, but I decided that I wanted to give this a go myself. So I'm wrapping these, and it's a pretty easy process. A little bit finicky. You do need some tools. You basically take off the rubber on the parking sensor, then you clean that, and then you put a piece of wrap on there. Use a heat gun, cut everything.
Make sure it's all straight, cut it off, put it back on. Very easy.
The results. This was actually very satisfying to do, and it wasn't crazy hard. Obviously, wrapping the entire car would have been a pain in the ass, but we did a pretty good job. So here's the sensor all wrapped now, and you can see I didn't need to go all the way down to the bottom there because this rubber piece goes right over. So you don't even see any of those cut marks. I then installed the new fender trim on the new fenders. These are M4 style fenders, so they've got this black trim piece. You do have to wire these in with just 2 wires going to the standard plug. I got these all installed and all working, as you can see. However, they did not fit with the standard washer bottle. I'm gonna have to source an M3 washer bottle because it'll have that cutout for the vent. So we'll have to get back to this another time, but it looks pretty damn cool. With everything installed, including those parking sensors, the car was looking phenomenal. So we gave it a quick spray down, and we headed back to Mars Performance to take it to their showroom so they could really show you what this car looked like under some nice lighting.
Beautiful.
Alright guys, we are now back at Mars
Personally, I still would have wrapped it. I would have wrapped it a different color.
Fully installed with the vinyl
I feel like it
wrap.
just looks
This
black
thing
a
looks
little bit.
crazy.
It's nice.
We obviously
Probably
still need to do
looks
a few things to finish off the kit, like install this little piece right there, which I think I've already shown. And then we need to clean up the fitment. But one thing that was really difficult was getting these parking sensors in, but they're all installed now, and on the back as well. There we go. There's our parking sensors all installed and wrapped. But yeah, super stoked with this body kit, guys. Let's get back to the shop and show you what else we've got in store for the BMW. So we have some crazy plans for the BMW, and I'm about to show you. A lot of you guys were complaining that I was only focusing on aesthetic, but we are far from finished. With the car now looking like this, it's now time to work on the engine.
9 million horsepower.
Back in the early 2000s, BMW was facing stricter emission standards and rising fuel economy targets. Their high-revving, naturally aspirated engines were starting to fall behind, so in 2006 they brought back the turbo and introduced the legendary N54. The N54 is a 3-litre twin-turbocharged straight-six and was BMW's first mass-produced turbo petrol engine in over 20 years. It was loaded with new tech, direct injection, and all-aluminium closed-deck block, twin turbos, and forged internals strong enough to handle way more power than stock.
Upgrades, people, upgrades!
It was not long after the release in 2006 that tuners quickly figured out that you could crank the boost and with basic mods easily push over 500 horsepower.
Easily over 500 horsepower.
This is the entire reason why I bought this car. Now, I'm very happy with how the car looks right now, but there's still a bunch of work that we need to do to it. We need wheels, we need black trims, and there's a bunch of stuff that you guys mentioned that we will be changing, but it's time to turn our attention away from how the car looks and time to focus on the performance. At the end of the previous video, I showed you guys a little bit of a sneak peek on our plans with the BMW, and just up here are our new downpipes. We're trying to do everything on a budget here, trying to keep the budget low, and I managed to pick up some Facebook Marketplace branded downpipes for the E92 335i.
Facebook
and
Marketplace
that
branded
downpipes is a big job, and it's going to be a pain in the ass. I was lucky enough to find these VRS downpipes for only $300, keeping to the theme of the cheapest 335i in Australia. So take this in, guys, because the car is going to be on jack stands for the next couple of minutes for you, but the next couple of days for me.
Oh God. So here are the downpipes that we're going to be installing on the 335i. And if you've ever done a downpipe on a turbo car, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that these make a huge difference. It allows the turbos to breathe a lot more efficiently, and they're going to sound better too.
These Facebook Marketplace downpipes are designed to allow the exhaust gas to pass much more efficiently through the rest of the exhaust system, so we should see a huge power gain.
So let me show you where the factory downpipes are. Here is underneath the car, and if we just slide down here, there is one downpipe and there is the second one. And you can see it gets connected just over there. But look at all of this stuff that is in the way, guys. The steering rack's in the way, the subframe's in the way. This is gonna be a hell of a job. Now, before I begin tearing this car apart, it's got a few issues. It's actually on jack stands not to just get downpipes, but it also needs a problem fixed. Because I let my dad take it to work the other day because he's never really had a BMW before. And when I got the car back, it wasn't making power.
Yeah, I was driving the BMW, it was really smooth. Power was really good. I accelerated a few times really hard and suddenly saw an engine alarm code come up.
All right, guys, the first thing that I reckon I'm gonna do is start disconnecting the downpipes from here. Let's see, 13.
The best practice when working on cars like this is to take your time and slowly undo everything that you can see that's in the way. There's no point ever taking shortcuts working on a BMW because it will end up being 10 times harder and you probably won't get the job done at all. In order to get to the V-band clamps that hold the downpipes to the turbos, there's a few things you have to remove and do. The first thing to do, of course, is disconnect the exhaust from the downpipes, which
I finished cutting my hand nails,
as well as remove the subframe brace. I then started disconnecting the engine mounts with the 2 bolts underneath the subframe, and that's because in order to change the downpipes, you need to drop the subframe. Yes, how good is that? Now, I'm not sure what the process is on a left-hand drive E92, but on a right-hand drive E92, it's a little bit different because the steering column is in the way. You could probably get away with a few shortcuts on the left-hand drive models, but we live in Australia, so every car here is right-hand drive, which makes this job suck.
So I've watched enough videos on doing downpipes on a 335i to know that you need to drop the subframe. The guy that I bought the downpipes from even said, drop the subframe, don't try to finesse them out because you will endure pain. Now, in order to drop the subframe, we need something to support the engine, and this is what this tool is for. We need to support the engine in place, and we don't want the engine dropping down with the subframe, so we're gonna put this on the top of the motor, and we're gonna hook the motor up to this, and then the engine will stay in place while we drop the subframe. So what you do is you use the tow hook. You can see there's a thread down in there. You put this in and you have a hook on the engine.
So you would need this tool if you were to drop a subframe on any other car, but I would say on 99% of the cars that we've worked on, you don't need to drop the subframe in order to do a downpipe. This is a bit of a joke, especially for those who want to attempt working on a BMW at home. You do need to spend quite a bit of money on some special tools.
We've got the engine brace all connected now. So now we'll be able to lower the subframe, and this brace should hold the engine in place, and it's also going to help us because we won't need to put any jack underneath the engine to hold it up, so we'll have a little bit more room underneath there. But yeah, let's get back to major pain. Got the subframe supported with a jack, and it's time to loosen everything. Hopefully it doesn't fall on my face. All the subframe bolts are out, so technically we lower this, the subframe. Whoa, the subframe is definitely loose. Yep, this engine brace is definitely doing work. We've got quite a bit of tension. That is pretty sick. Hopefully we're not ruining the fenders here.
All right, check this out, guys. I just found the first bolt that I need to remove in order to get one of the downpipes out. So now with the subframe lowered, you see that bolt right there. You see that bolt right there? I'm gonna zoom in on editing. That bolt right there is the bolt that I need to take off for one of the downpipes. I can't even see where the other one is. So I'm gonna loosen that bolt and maybe we can finesse one of them out. One step at a time, fellas.
So with Nathan's rattle gun, a long extension, a swivel, and a 13mm socket, I was able to loosen the first V-band. One of 2.
So I can see why the right-hand drive one is so much harder to do than the left-hand drive, because this steering rack, the column is in the way. So anyway, I'm gonna remove this little shield just over here, and that will give us access to be able to get my hands up in there.
All right, so wiggled around the V-band, and guess what, guys? Got it loose. See if I can show you. Oh, yeah. Alrighty, boys. All right, guys, check this out. I think we almost got this one out. Oh, whoa. Dude, you guys don't understand how happy I am to get to this stage. This has been a nightmare. And just like that, I got the first downpipe out. Whew. So here it is, guys. This is the first downpipe, one of two. This was a struggle to get out. This took me about 5 hours just to remove because I had to undo so much crap. And then to finesse this out, it was a pain in the ass. So here is the old versus new. And you can see that even the bends in the standard pipe are very restrictive. There's like barely any flow able to happen out of the standard pipe because it literally just cuts straight down. It doesn't even have some nice pipe work. It's literally just like a triangle. Whereas this you can see is a proper 90-degree bend, and there should be a lot more flow potential with this one. Anyway, I'm gonna start trying to remove the other downpipe. I don't even know where the V-band is. Yeah, the camera is not gonna be able to show much of this at all, but there is a V-band that I need to take out. I'm just gonna make sure that I put the O2 sensors in the right spot. The other downpipe was even harder than the first, as it's almost impossible to get from beneath the car. It also caused me to say many bad words, which I won't repeat, but yeah, I had to get the V-band clamp bolt off from the top of the car, and just look how much room there is. I was literally elbows deep in this thing. Did I get it? Oh, I got it. I got it. And check this out. We actually just got the downpipe loose. It's about to come out now. There's just an O2 sensor connected to it. Don't be fooled with the time jump. This literally took me hours. I was almost defeated at this point, but we managed. We persevered. This is not an easy car to work on, my God. Oh my God, guys. Oh, I just need to remove that O2 now. Oh my God, that was hard. Oh, that was so hard. Anyway, got our turbos just here. There we go. Both the wastegates are for some reason open. I think that's by design, but yeah, downpipes out, guys. Both downpipes are now out. Here is the comparison between the old versus new. Here is the one that I just pulled out. So that is the one that I need to put in first. Anyway, I'm gonna just chuck everything back in because I want this done as soon as possible because the car's been sitting on jack stands for a few days now. And now it was time to do everything we just did, but in reverse. And I thought because these downpipes are a little bit smaller than the factory ones, that this would be quite easy, but getting the actual V-band clamps onto the downpipes and then onto the turbos, man, I don't even have any words for it. I was infuriated at this point. I had to put the camera down because the clips would have been like half an hour long. It was not easy whatsoever. And I highly recommend that you get a professional to do this. These were my arms after doing the downpipes. I had scratches everywhere. I'm doing this for you guys. If you're enjoying this, please subscribe. There was literally blood, sweat, and tears to get these downpipes in. Feels good to not be under the BMW. We have completed the install of the downpipes. We've tightened up the subframe, got the steering rack all tight. The engine mounts are now all tight, so we can finally remove the engine brace. Let's see if I can do this one hand by myself. Ah! Yeah, baby! Now the downpipes are installed, but they're not connected to the rest of the exhaust, so we're gonna give the car a start to see what it sounds like with open downpipes. Oh my God! Holy! Yeah, I'm gonna turn that off now. Oh my God, that is insanely loud. Yeah, we're not doing that again. I then connected up the downpipes to the exhaust, and it was now time to hear the car for the first time with the downpipes installed properly. It's time to start the car. The downpipes are fully installed. I just need to start it to make sure, see if there's any leaks or not, because the gaskets that I was supplied were just some random gaskets from an exhaust shop. Okay, that is much louder. Wow. Wow. Just need to make sure that there's no leaks. And, well, of course, there was a leak. Just my luck. No. Well, bad news. We have an exhaust leak. Fantastic. I had a suspicion that those gaskets weren't going to work because I literally picked them up from my local
it wasn't leaking
exhaust
before.
shop. Looks like I got to go find some more gaskets. So I tried my luck and called my local BMW.
Changed the exhaust,
now keep in mind, this car is almost 20 years old, so if they had them in stock, I was going to be surprised. 130.
That's all good. All right. Yeah, I'll be there within the next 45 minutes or so.
Yeah, what's your name, buddy? I'll put it down.
Rex.
Rex, yeah, done, mate. Easy.
Sweet, thank you so much for that. So surprisingly,
Sets.
they actually had them in stock, but not at my local BMW. A BMW that was about a 45-minute drive from me. So I hopped in the car and grabbed the gaskets. Drove about 40 minutes to Doncaster BMW, managed to grab these gaskets. The parts guys over at BMW Doncaster were very helpful, and we got ourselves 2 gaskets for $130. Very pricey, but this should hopefully fix our problem. All right, guys, we are back from BMW Doncaster.
Everywhere leak.
I managed to get both of those gaskets in. They're now installed,
Sydney
and now we're gonna start the car for the first time and hear it without any leaks. Let's start her up. I was really hoping at this point there would be absolutely no more problems because this has taken about a week to do and I'm definitely over it. Here we go.
Wow. Start sounds good.
That sounds pretty good. Oh, bro. There we go. You got that, like, you can hear that deep
rumble.
54 rumble.
Yes, yes.
Oh. So there was a little bit of a weird rattle noise, and I thought that could be wastegate rattle, a notorious N54 problem, but luckily we had Lachlan's car here to compare it to. Lachlan's going to give it a few revs while I'm underneath the car because I'm a bit worried about those gaskets. But we got no exhaust leaks, but I think that's wastegate rattle, bro. Yeah.
I think it's just the wastegate.
You reckon?
If you hear mine's proper wastegate rattle.
It sounds similar. So you guys don't know this, OG subscribers of the channel will know, but Lachlan back in the day had a 330i and he still has that.
Really?
We haven't shown this on the channel at all, but Lachlan has upgraded to a 335i and his one actually has wastegate rattle, so.
He said he just had a 35i and then upgraded to a 35i.
330i and he still has that. We haven't shown this on the channel at all, but Lachlan has upgraded to a 335i and his one actually has wastegate rattle, so.
Rattle is real bad compared to that because it's like it rattles and idle.
It rattles and idle.
Yeah.
But when you blip it, do you notice any like noises? All right, Lachlan's gonna start his one. He's got his beautiful N54 plates. Very jealous of his N54 plates.
So mine is like, it rattles and idle.
Oh, same noise.
When you start pulling back, the wastegate like shuts momentarily.
Oh, it just opens. So whatever noise I was hearing was definitely less than what Lachlan's had, which means that my car was fine. So I'm not going to go into too much detail here yet, we'll save that for the next video, but in order to fully feel the potential of the downpipes, you need to install a tune. So I plugged in this OBD2 tune tool, which also allows you to tune your car off your phone. We were able to add a soft tune for the downpipes, and now the car was ready to test on the street. Alright, the car's now warm, we're going to start it up, and we're going to see what these downpipes sound like, properly tuned. Whoa! Dude, that sounds pretty deep. Oh my god, dude, that's popping like crazy.
I love that.
Can you rev it for me? Oh god. That's pretty good, right?
I love it.
It's mean. I reckon it's good. There's like a slider in the tune which allows you to customize how much you want the car to pop and crackle. We've set it to like about 3/4. We can go more, but I don't want to go crazy because that's cringe. That's like not too cringe, right?
No, that's good. You should show them the blow off.
Oh yeah,
that sounds like a spaceship.
Wow.
The only thing that we needed to do now was test drive the car.
Wow. And it's crazy to think, when you start buying these cars, the car's not even running when you first buy it. So these are really like not spending a lot of money on these cars, bro.
Jesus! Alright guys, first impression, here we go. Downpipes on an N54 with an MHD Stage 1 tune. Oh shit! Jesus! Bro, that is insane. Yeah, there's 3 people in the car and we've spent like nothing. Like the downpipes cost $300.
It's right. But what they haven't spent a lot of money.
Now the crazy thing about these cars is that you can tune them on your phone. And in the last video, I installed a stage 1 tune with the downpipes. And today, guys, I'm gonna show you how to tune your car stage 2 with your phone.
Show me.
Now this is pretty crazy because I'm used to dealing with Japanese cars. And usually you have to spend big money buying an aftermarket ECU and with Japanese cars. And usually you have to spend big money buying an aftermarket ECU and paying thousands of dollars to get a professional to tune your car. However, these BMWs came with a tunable ECU from the factory, and companies have made it possible to tune them off your phone. I know, it's hard to believe, and I thought the same thing too. It's crazy how far technology has come, and before I get started, I need to install some modifications to suit the tune.
So we have the BMW in its natural habitat on jack stands.
Yeah.
And we are now going to install a new part that will allow us to do the stage 2 tune. New parts for the BMW, baby. Downpipes allow us to do a stage 1 tune. And to do a stage 2 tune, you need one of these. This is a Max Peating Rods bolt-on, oh my God, intercooler for the BMW 335i, specifically designed for these. It's a stepped intercooler that should literally, bolt on and shouldn't have any issues. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But Max Peating Rods is a long-time supporter of the channel. They've supplied our cars with coilovers, intercoolers, turbo kits, and shockingly, they even have parts for the BMW 335i's. So if you want to grab any of their products, head over to the description down below. I've got a discount code there and it'll be on the screen. Keen to see how this thing goes over the next couple of months. Never had an issue with Max Peating Rods products.
Cooler air means denser air, and denser air means that you can add more fuel to the mixture to create more power. The purpose of an intercooler is to cool the air going into the engine from the turbo, and a bigger intercooler means cooler and denser air. This intercooler will allow us to turn up the boost, and we should see some big power gains after we load up the phone tune.
All right, we're now going to start installing the intercooler. Luckily, it's very easy to remove the standard intercooler on the BMWs. It's like just those 2 clips, which I'll show you, and then there's 2 bolt holes holding them up, just like you can see on the Max Peating Rod cooler. Let's do that.
Removing the standard intercooler is shockingly very easy on these BMWs. All you need to do is remove the intercooler pipes going to the intercooler, and they're just held in with these metal clips. You pop them off with a flathead screwdriver, being careful not to push in the plastic itself, and then there are 2 bolts holding the intercooler to the chassis. So we just got the old intercooler out, and I'm just going to give you guys a bit of a comparison between the new versus old. So have a look, guys. This is the standard cooler for the BMW versus the Max Peating Rods one. The thickness is roughly the same. Fittings are all in the same spot. The difference is we've got extra cooling capacity with this top little bit here. There's another intercooler that you can buy that's even bigger than this, but it isn't bolt-in. You actually have to do a bit of cutting back there. But yeah, we're going to try throw this in now, and hopefully it goes well. So this intercooler is plug and play. However, it is a very tight fit. It was a bit of a struggle getting it in. I did have to unbolt the front bumper so I could move it out of the way and squish it in, but I can confirm it is a bolt-in intercooler. It's just very tight, but it does bolt up.
So we had to loosen the bumper in order to fit the bigger intercooler. So now that it's like loose, I can move it. Here we go.
What happened?
It's heavy.
With the intercooler installed, I had to check for some leaks because you never know when installing an aftermarket product if there's going to be any issues.
After everything is checking for leaks.
Elon, can you give it a rev? Yeah. All right, it's pretty good. We got no boost leaks whatsoever. Here's what it looks like from the front. You can't really see it at all with the grille, and you can't see it because it's also black, which is kind of ideal. We've got a few more things that we need to do before we tune it.
So I've got the intercooler successfully installed now, and before we continue, I want to give you guys a little bit of an update on what's been happening in the shop.
So Elon, you might have seen on the channel before, he's a carpenter by trade, and like I feel like all the boys, oh, that's loose. I feel like all the boys are tradies, right? Everyone has their own.
Everyone, yeah.
So yeah, we're basically trading work. I'm gonna be doing a manual swap on his BMW, and he is building us an entire staircase.
Not a fair trade. The BMW is going to be a massive pain in the ass, but.
So this is a new spot in the warehouse unlocked, guys. Look at this. Here we go.
That's nice.
Walking up the stairs to a mezzanine.
We got all the materials from Bowen's and Bunnings. Cost us around $800 in material.
Pretty expensive for wood.
cheaper end. So then it was just a matter of doing some calculations, getting all the right sizing, then we were good to go. You've just got to know your basic sort of Pythagoras theorem, and then you're set, because that's all it is. It's just triangles.
So we finally have a spot where we can take a break and chill after working on cars. And I know you guys want to see some shop updates, and there's many more to come, so stay tuned. But let's get back to working on the BMW.
So we have some upgraded sway bars and suspension components for the BMW in order to make it handle better. So 99% of cars come with a sway bar, and what they do is they connect both the left and the right side suspension components together so that when force is applied on one side, it also applies it on the other side. So the entire point of a sway bar is to essentially stiffen up the car around the corner, giving you more grip. And with that logic, a thicker sway bar with less bend will give you even better handling. Whiteline have of course supplied us with some thicker sway bars for the front and the rear. And what connects the sway bar to the rest of the suspension components are end links. These things look awesome. They should be a little bit stiffer from the factory ones as well. And it should basically tighten everything up in the E92 and make this thing handle just a little bit better because it's kind of sloppy at the moment.
Whiteline also sent out their front suspension kit for the E92 with upgraded polyurethane bushings. These cars handle really good from the factory, but this will tighten everything up and make for a much more responsive drive.
So before we stage 2 the BMW, we're going to upgrade the suspension and make this thing handle better as well. So I've got the car jacked up now, and let me show you where the standard sway bar is. So if we come from underneath the car, you can see there is a big bar connecting the left and right side together. This right here is the sway bar. It's this black bar, and it goes all the way up. It connects to the end link and goes all the way up to the shock and gets bolted onto the shock. And also look at all these arms, man. They're so like complicated. Most Japanese cars, they're just straight arms with ball joints. Nah, BMW, man. Look at this spaghetti suspension. Oh my goodness.
I've installed sway bars on almost all of my cars, and they definitely make a huge difference in terms of feedback.
I feel like they would, yeah.
To remove the old front sway bar, it was as simple as disconnecting it from the end links and then unbolting it from the subframe.
Oh, that doesn't
I
even
then
look that
began to
difficult.
remove the old arms, and to get access to one of the bolts, I found it easier to remove the fender lining, as there's this bolt just behind it. Now, a tricky thing with these BMWs is making sure that you take your time, especially when you're unbolting the old arms from the hub, as you need to make sure to bend these locking washer brackets out of the way, as if you try to gun the bolt off, the washer will lock in place and make it very difficult for you. I've done this before on Lachlan's BMW, and we made this mistake, and it almost stripped the bolt, causing huge pain. So make sure to remove the washer tabs and you'll be chilling.
All right, guys, we have both the arms off now on the driver's side. Here's a quick look of the before and after. You can see that the new arms are literally identical, just with some polyurethane bushings and a brand new ball joint. And these are much stiffer and much harder. These ones are all floppy from age, but these were actually in pretty good condition. So let's chuck these in.
2 hours later.
Sorry about the lighting. It has now been a few hours and I just smashed this all out. Not gonna bother with the install for you because it's pretty much simple stuff. But I have now installed the sway bar. It is in, and we've also got the end links all installed up there. Look at how good that looks. They're orange end links made from a very nice metal, all connected up on both sides. Everything's tightened in Leyden. Oh, and I didn't show you the new arms as well, but there are the new arms all installed. This thing looks freaking awesome now, and we should get some pretty good performance out of this thing. I know, guys, we need lighting in this shop. We need a lot of things, but yeah, there is everything done.
It was now time to install the rear sway bar, so we turned the car around and jacked it up. And this one was going to be a pain in the ass. You'll find out very soon why.
For such a big car, this is very surprising. Have a look at this. This is the rear sway bar. There it is, guys. That little line right there, that little bar, is the rear sway bar for the E92. It is absolutely tiny. I can't wait to get this thing out and compare it with the new one, because the new one from Whiteline is significantly bigger. Chunky, tiny. Now get this right. I'm pretty sure you gotta drop the subframe.
No, not again.
Kind of sick of dropping subframes on these BMWs. But you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm gonna start loosening stuff and then I'll keep you updated as I go.
Yep, you heard that right. BMWs don't make it easy to work on their cars. We've already had to drop the subframe once for the downpipes, and now we have to drop the rear subframe for the rear sway bar. Why, BMW? Why? Anyway, we disconnected the end links. I dropped the subframe again. Luckily, it's kind of simple. There's 4 bolts holding the subframe in, and there's a few brackets around those bolts. Honestly though, again, if you take your time, it's not that bad. It just adds a few hours onto the job. Now, I didn't show this part, but even after dropping the subframe, it's still a very difficult process to get the rear sway bar out. You have to really play with your angles. It feels like playing with one of those kids' toys where the shapes have to go through different holes. But yeah, we got it out. We got it out.
Man, there's not a lot of room in here though. All right, we got the sway bar out. Here is old sway bar. And let's compare it with the new one. That is the new one right here. It is significantly thicker than the old one. I'm gonna put it in. Hopefully it's not as hard as taking the old one out. I doubt it though. And we'll see how we go. There is the sway bar installed, and you can see why it's so difficult, because there is no room. We got brand new bushings, goes all the way down there to the end link and all the way through to the other side. The BMW is finally on the ground. Let's go test the sway bar and see how much difference it makes.
With the sway bars installed, I can confirm it made a huge difference. I forgot to get some clips of me reacting to them, but the car goes around corners much nicer. It feels more solid when you go over bumps, and I think these in combination with coilovers should make a huge difference. So we need to get coilovers ASAP. But anyway, it was time to tune the car with my phone, so let's show you how to do this.
So the sway bars feel absolutely fantastic. The next thing what we need to do now is put the stage 2 tune on, because we've installed an intercooler, we've got the downpipes, so we're gonna load up a stage 2 tune. And like I said at the start of the video, you can tune these cars with your iPhone or Android, whatever you got. So here's the MHD universal adapter. You just plug this into your car, connect to it on your phone, and literally make all the power. On my Chaser, I needed to spend $2,000 on an ECU, $2,000 on a tune. I've spent like no money on this car.
Now, before we get to doing the stage 2 tune, we're going to do a 0 to 100 to compare the stage 1 and stage 2, just so you can see how much of a difference this thing makes.
Now, this isn't going to be a fully reliable 0 to 100 because we don't have any sort of proper equipment. So we're going to get Nathan here to time us.
With this handy gadget called an iPhoney. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna press start and then stop on the stopwatch.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's spinning. Stop.
That's quick.
What was it?
5.6 seconds.
That
was
quick.
uphill as well.
Yeah, wow. We'll have to do it in the exact same spot, but we did have a little bit of tire spin as well, so that felt very quick.
For a very cheap car, 5.6 seconds is a solid number.
Now that's without launching the car, that's just foot straight to the floor with a bit of tire spin, so that time could definitely be better, but that gives us a baseline for now.
So we did the 0 to 100 and we got 5.6 seconds.
0
which is
to
pretty
100? I thought it would do
for
0
just
to
downpipes
60.
and a stage 1 tune.
5
now
seconds?
we're going to go stage 2.5, I think it is. And before we do anything,
Wow.
I'm going to show you the entire process of doing this. First thing you got to do is make sure that you have the right amount of charge in your battery, because if your battery voltage drops below a certain amount while tuning the car, you can brick your ECU. I highly recommend, if you're going to do this yourself, you make sure you read up on everything that you need to do. This is not a tutorial, this is more just showing you how I'm doing it. Just make sure you don't brick your car, because you definitely can.
So it's now time to do the stage 2 tune, and like I said, make sure you do your research, because you can cause some big headaches. One tip though is to make sure that your car has a fully charged battery, so we're just going to put it on a tender for now.
So the first thing you need to do is connect to your Wi-Fi adapter. And there we go, we're all connected. Now you also do need to turn airplane mode on and have Wi-Fi on at the same time. And that'll stop any sort of interference in case someone calls you and you know, you're in the middle of a tune and you brick your car. So over in the MHD software, we're gonna click Flash and MHD map. It's gonna contact the DME. It's contacting the DME, bro.
There's a few different options, but we're gonna select the V10 map for the MHD Plus.
So it gives you a description of exactly what you need in order to do the stage 1, stage 1 plus, stage 2. Here it says for stock and unmodified cars, you can do the stage 1. For the stage 1 plus, you need an upgraded front mount intercooler. Stage 2 plus is upgraded downpipes and a front mount intercooler. So here you're also going to select the fuel that you're using. I think it's 98 RON, is it? Here's the fun section. There's options for exhaust burble, different settings, the throttle. You can do anti-lag in here as well, I think, but I don't know how that would work with an automatic car.
Really cool.
Ethanol content analyzer. We can put ethanol in this thing, bro.
You could put
It's pretty
fentanyl in the
sick,
car.
man. Adjust
Fentanyl.
throttle lag.
Damn.
Oh look, we
damn.
can change the lag. So we can change the duration of the exhaust burble. So this is what I was talking about in the previous video. You can change it to like, we'll make it 1.5 seconds. And you can change the aggressiveness of the pops and crackles. I like the medium setting. Modifying my car with my phone. And here we go. This is the intimidating part. I'm gonna click map right. Connected. Stage 2, 93 octane underscore 98 Ron.
So this is where you sit back, relax, and don't touch anything. You want to make sure that your lights are off. The car's going to do some funky things. It's going to throw all these different engine lights. The screen's going to flash. It's very scary, but you just got to trust the process.
I've never seen this.
100%. Restarting the DME, okay. Success. Turn off ignition and wait 30 seconds. We just stage 2 plus our car.
No
Look
way.
at that, guys. Not only are we doing physical modifications, we're in-house tuners now. Pretty cool, huh? We've upgraded. Anyway, let's start the car, see if it actually starts. Yeah, it starts.
And just like that, we have tuned the BMW, all off an iPhone. Now later we're gonna do a transmission tune because the tune we just did was to do with the engine and the transmission has to shift differently in order to keep up with the power or you could cause problems. Firstly, let's test the car and then do the transmission tune.
Wow, 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 wow. It did not sound like that when you first got it.
Pops are way louder and you can just hear the engine more.
First impressions, here we go. We're gonna give it a bit. Oh my god.
Trans is not loving it.
Loving that.
No. I did tell you that the trans is not going to love it.
These things are bulletproof, mate.
Clip that chat.
Oh my god, dude, it's
Go.
Dude, it's too quick.
Go.
It's too fast. Oh!
Okay, that's definitely a lot quicker. Bro, it was frying second there.
We are total in this car like under 5 grand.
Does not make me feel good.
Under 5 grand is crazy.
Now there was one more tune that we needed to do in order for the transmission to cope with the power gain, and because I could do this on my phone, I could technically do it anywhere. Alright boys, we're now at McDonald's and a petrol station, and we're now tuning the car. I'm just that guy, you know, tuning my car off my phone at Macca's at a petrol station. Look at me, mom. XHP tune, here we go. The XHP tune works alongside the MHD tune to allow your gearbox to keep up with the raw, visceral power that the N54 makes with the Stage 2 Plus. So just to make it clear, I flashed the car with an MHD tune, and now I'm going to be flashing the transmission with an XHP tune for the 6 HP gearbox in this car. We've now got XHP loaded up. We're going to click Connect New Car, option 6-speed. XHP has now found my car. Here we go. Congratulations, your 335. Guess there's one problem at tuning at a petrol station.
But you're the genius that decided to do that.
Yeah, well, may as well on the fly tuning, mate. Oh, here we go. All right, we got our stages. We probably want like stage 4, right? Adjustable shift RPM between 6 and 7,000. Shifts altered for speed and keeping the car balanced under hard cornering. Now there's actually an option to customize your tune depending on what you want. You can change the line pressures and a bunch of other different things, but I didn't notice this until I flashed the car. So when we tune this car again, I'm gonna go through that in another video, but I need the car not shifting like ass because we're running a lot more power through it. So we have to turn on aeroplane mode, turn Bluetooth off, have a minimum battery percentage of 25%, lock seat belt until flash ends, do not open or close doors, do not move. Nathan, don't move.
That girl is a real baby.
Transmission on. Please turn the ignition off to continue. And just like that, at a local McDonald's, I tuned my BMW with a transmission tune on my iPhone. It doesn't get better than this, guys. You don't need to take your car to an expensive tuner. You can do it on your iPhone at your local
How much does it cost?
McDonald's. Anyway, let's test it out.
Copy free.
Holy crap. Oh! What was that noise? It broke up. Shifting good? Feels good, man. This thing's quick. Oh! Damn, it's getting hot really quick though.
This thing eyes, bro.
With the tune now finally done, it was time for the highly anticipated 0 to 100 test.
Bro, when I say this thing pulls like a freight train, buddy, this thing's like quicker than all of my cars.
Yeah, it's a BMW, bro.
That just fries.
3, 2, 1. And now.
3 seconds quicker.
5.3. Well, it was spinning through first and second.
Yeah, I reckon we could get low 5s if we had better grip.
I reckon you get in the 4s if you had grip.
Man, they
So
done
we
all that
shaved
for
3
3
tenths
seconds.
of a second. Now keep
3
in
tenths
mind,
of a
we don't
second.
have the right tires for this sort of performance. To get the car on the road, I just
whatever.
bought some cheap, crappy tires. So we do need to do this test again with some grippier meat, but 5.3 seconds is not bad at all.
Not bad.
This is 5s for 5. 5s for 5 challenge.
Now at this point, the car had been abused for a few hours now, and I guess all good things come to an end.
He's gonna crash it. Man, that car is flying.
Nice. Immediately starts misfiring. Classic BMW.
Misfire?
Something not good.
He's hating. That white guy's hating. With the glasses, he's hating.
We got a misfire.
Yep, I heard
No
it.
way.
It sounded bad, man. I think we just like fouled one of the spark plugs or something.
I reckon you broke half the spark plug off.
Oh, because you guys don't take care of your car.
Gotta check engine light, get a close up of that. Yeah.
It's running on probably five and a half cylinders.
Not good, man. So the misfire is really, really bad.
Oh my days.
So I was on my way to the shop and then all the dash lights came on. I pulled over on the side of the road, turned the car off, and then the car wouldn't start.
Oh
so I
my
Ubered to the
God.
shop and I drove the Camry to pick up a new battery, the trusty old
A new battery?
Toyota.
I don't think
and
it's
then
the battery.
we were able to limp the car back home to see what was wrong with it. Now, owning a BMW means that when this thing breaks down, it could either be really expensive or
really cheap.
if you're gonna fix it yourself, it's gonna be very difficult to do because these cars are super hard to work on. Anyway, we went to diagnose the issue and we found the culprit of our loss of power.
So this is a few weeks ago when the car broke down. Luckily, I was able to move it around with a brand new battery.
Look at that oil.
First thing we're going to check is make sure that the battery voltage is okay when the car's running. Apparently the previous owner put a new alternator in this thing, but also apparently these things are very sensitive to what batteries you put in them. So hopefully it's just the battery. I'm holding my microphone like this, by the way, because it's so windy outside. So hopefully you guys can hear me well. But first thing we're going to do, give it a start. No errors so far, but it's revving really high. Turn this thing to voltage, negative, positive. Oh, okay. All right, guys, it's reading 11.7 volts. Let me see if I can show you. We're getting 11.7 volts, which is not what you want. It is not charging.
With the car running, we should see 13 to 14 volts. So yeah, it was definitely not the battery.
Oh my goodness. BMW life, man. How is it broken?
The battery voltage is charged by the engine running the alternator, so we're gonna need a new one.
Yeah, mate. Where's the alternator?
There.
Yeah, can barely
I
see
couldn't
it.
even see
Every
it.
time we've worked on this car, it's
I
been a
actually
pain in
couldn't
the
even
ass. Guess I'm ordering an alternator? God damn it.
But before I spent $487, I decided to check Facebook Marketplace. And this time, I got lucky.
This guy on Facebook Marketplace is telling me that he'll sell me his alternator for $50, but it's unknown condition. Do it.
So it still is a little bit of a gamble, but at $50, I'm willing to take the risk.
I mean, fuck it.
Have a look at that. Again, unknown
Yeah, here's the
condition.
alternator.
We don't know if this is going to work or not, but apparently they're not too bad to replace. So we're going to risk it, chuck this in, and fingers crossed this works.
A $50 gamble for a BMW, I'll take my chances.
And before we start, guys, check this out. We're back at home, working in the garage. We'll be back here soon, working on the Skyline again, but we do need to get this thing to the shop because I'll be
There's
able
a
to put up on the
beautiful
hoist and
skyline.
stuff. With everything that's going on, I've had to put this on the back burner, which kind of sucks. The damn Land Cruiser has taken up all my time. So we'll be back working on the Skyline
Land Cruiser,
soon.
you mean
But
BMW,
anyway, let's
mate.
fix this BMW.
Even though the alternator sits on top of the engine, you still have to remove a bunch of BMW plastic out of the way in order to get to it. I also needed to get access to the serpentine tensioner, which meant that I had to jack the car up, remove some more bolts, and then remove the fan shroud.
I'm gonna push it up, right? You ready?
Let's go, Dad.
Keep going, keep pulling.
I was then able to release the belt tension and then remove the belt off the alternator.
The hell? So hard. Ah.
Whoa.
Now this is where it becomes an absolute pain in the ass. The people who designed this BMW alternator bracket, they must just hate people because the way that this bracket is designed, the alternator is almost like hooked in place. And there's tutorials on YouTube which quite literally show people hammering out the alternator. I'm sure there's a much more effective way to do this by, you know, literally removing the entire engine and pulling everything apart.
Oh,
but
no.
screw that, we're gonna do what other people have done.
Oh my God. I'm trying to do it the quick way, and I've slowly learned when you're working on these BMWs, you got to do everything the long way, and usually that's the quicker way. So we've got to remove this coolant pipe, but usually they break, so that's why I didn't want to do it. Happened on Lachlan's car. Oh, come on. Oh, it didn't break, I think. What's this? No, we're good. Holy moly, man. Oh, hope it didn't break. Once again, I thought this was going to be a simple job. You work in a BMW, look, man, it's really dark.
It's
What
not
the
that
hell,
bad.
bro? What the hell? Anyway,
I had a
look,
feeling it was
we
gonna be pain.
almost have this thing. Oh, we almost got it out. Oh my God. I don't even know how I'm going to put the new one in. You'd think it being at the top of the engine would help, but nah. They troll you. BMW trolls you, man. So we figured out what was wrong with this alternator. If you come look close, I can hold the middle piece and I can spin the pulley around everything. So that means the belt would have been spinning and the alternator wasn't spinning. So yeah, this alternator, it just wasn't tight in the middle. I don't know what's going on there. The pulley's just bad. I could repair this, but I got another one. Hopefully that works. If I have to sit through that pain again. Neck. Give me your hands. So
What
it's
the hell?
now the next day, and check this out, guys. Ooh! Oh, we got one warning light. Fog light, rear left failure. But other than that, guys,
looking
I
good.
think we are sweet. So I finished putting the car back
How
together
many
last
miles?
night. It was a pain in
120,000
the
miles.
ass. But we managed to fix this thing for
That's a lot, man.
$50. $50 for an unknown alternator. We scored a win, boys. BMW. Finally,
For
my
$50,
BMW is now
instead of
fixed
spending 400,
and for the low price
500,
of $50.
I like it.
So I headed to the shop because I have some more modifications to install onto the E92 335i.
We got mods, baby. So our good friends from
Headlights.
Speedworks have sent us over some wheels for the BMW.
Wheels.
Now,
Ah.
I've been looking to get some wheels for this thing for so long. I've put it off for a while because this thing broke down in the street, but check this out,
Oh,
baby.
wow.
So have a look. We have some 19-inch wheels for the BMW that we're going to be test fitting today. Oh, this is the first time I'm taking him out. I think these are for the front. We got a staggered setup. How do they look, man?
If you lift it up a bit so it matches the top.
Lift it up like that. Good.
That looks great.
We don't know what these are going to look like on the car yet, but if you guys want to pick up a set for yourselves, Rex
Man, you
10
just
will
drop
get you
it on the
10%
floor.
off the Speedworks
Stretch
site,
it
and
all
they're
up.
also located in Australia too. But before we test fit these wheels, we've got a little modification that we're going to do to this Beamer because it's been driving me insane. One of the angel lights is out, and from factory, they're yellow. Why
I
are they
said new
yellow?
headlights.
So this guy that I follow on
Ugly.
TikTok, Perf Nick or Performance Nick, I don't know him personally, but I know that he's in Victoria, so man, if you see this, hit me up, we should make some content together. But he got these AliExpress angel lights that apparently are plug and play. They have the little module to stop any sort of bling coming from the BMW. So we're going to install these cheap lights. I think they were like $30 or something like that. And then hopefully that fixes our issue. This is a small upgrade that should completely change the look of the car. Obviously it's pretty dirty right now, but yeah, the yellow lights got to go. They look horrendous.
So of course, It's a BMW, nothing simple. Getting these lights in were a pain, and I spotted something that I'd never seen before. So Perf Nick, he puts tape around some of the wires because apparently the wires are old, but I've never seen this before. I've worked on, you know, the Land Cruiser and stuff, which is like a 1993 car, and the wires and that are still fine. But for some reason on the BMW, why is all the wire casing coming apart? What the hell? So these probably just shorted out. I reckon that's what happened. How are these things built so poorly but work so good? I don't know. Okay, we've taken out the old light. Here's the old one. The new one is literally the same, except it's got this extension cord. Apparently, this will stop you from getting any codes on your dashboard. But yeah, literally just plugs in, and then we have to sort of slot this in, and apparently there's a bit of a method.
Way you want to do it, do not put it in and twist, it won't work. You want to reverse it in and then pull it in.
Oh.
Looks good.
Hold on. Wait, so this is old? Oh, it's bright.
Holy moly. Can't see, but trust me guys, it looks so much better. Just look at the before and after.
Yeah.
Old versus
I don't
new.
like yellow headlights. Beautiful, beautiful.
So much better, man. That looks so much nicer. Way more modern. Everyone with their new BMWs are putting yellow lights in their cars.
They're going backwards.
Going backwards. It is now time to test fit our wheels from Speedworks. So we're running a staggered setup, so we do have wider wheels in the back than in the front. The specs, if you're curious, 19 by 8.5 plus 30 on the front, 19, 9.5 plus 25. So I actually am really bad when it comes to wheel fitment. I have never really aced fitment, so I don't even know if these are gonna fit pretty good, but the guys at Speedworks said they're probably gonna fit the best out of their range, so we'll start off with the back. Dude, look at that. I mean, we gotta obviously have the car on the ground. We don't have the tires yet, but.
Dude, is it hitting the strut?
No.
Did you not put the tires in first?
Dude, they clear. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, plenty of clearance. I'll put a bolt and then we'll do a clearance check. But bro, I look good?
Yep.
I really want to see what these look like, so I'm gonna put these wheels underneath.
It's on the tire. Yeah.
Ooh.
Sick.
Ooh.
Bro, put the tire on and then put it on.
Jeez, dude, that's perfect. Look at this. That is perfect. Holy crap. And we've got full clearance as well at the back. We don't need a spacer to push them out because they're not hitting anything on the back, and we don't need a spacer here because they're perfectly fitting, so.
Yeah, they look good.
Bruh.
Oh, damn, look at it from here. Look at the dish.
Dude,
that,
perfect.
In the corner. That is sick.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's like transforms a car.
Hell yeah. We definitely need some tires on these things ASAP though, some rubber bands, so I'm gonna get that sorted ASAP. Damn. Now that we confirmed that the wheels fit, it's time to get some tires and properly install these wheels. Man, they look good. The BMW is now outside. I've got the Camry in, and check this out. These wheels are massive. These are my first 19s and look at them. They are massive, dude. Got them all loaded up in the Camry. Looking nice and fresh. Look at that dish. I love dish on wheels. Super excited to see how these fit. I'm gonna go to the tire shop now. We're not running any expensive tires. We're just running some cheap tires because the car is my daily and it's literally a budget build. So I think I'm like so far like 4.5 to 5 grand deep into this thing.
Yeah,
not too bad for a twin turbo straight six BMW. That's only needed an alternator and a few other little things so far. Oh my God, these bollards are huge. Let's get to the tire shop, guys. So we're at the tire shop now. I'm going full El Cheapos. Wheels are ready to go. This place seems a little bit, it's on the budget side, what can I say? But see how they go. Hopefully they don't scratch the wheels. All right, guys, we are back from the tire shop. Look at how good these wheels look. So we went for a 235, 35, 19 in the front, and on the back, we're running a 265, 30, 19. That makes the diameter of both of them basically the same, so the car won't be like on a weird angle or anything like that. We need to get these on the car ASAP because I'm so stoked to see what these look like.
I love those.
Let's see how it fits with the tire. Oh, you can be the judge as well. Ugh. Pretty good.
Doesn't look like it's hitting anything. So I think I already said, but we're running 235/35s. Pretty big tire for the front, but you know, this car's got a lot of power, so it needs it. Clearing everything? Looks like it.
When you lower it down, is it going to clear?
We got plenty of clearance in there. No problems at all with the wheels or the tires. I mean, we'll soon find out if the tires are going to clear when we put on the ground and start turning the wheels, but it's pretty good fitment, huh? Not bad. Rear wheels coming off again. I'm real keen to see how the new ones fit with the 265s. These are currently 255s actually, I believe, are they? Yeah, 255s. Okay, I'm pretty worried about these ones. Please fit, please fit. Come on, throw it in. Okay, the wheels are now on the car. We're gonna lower them and then we're gonna see how they fit. And then if they don't fit good, then we need to see what we can do in order to make them fit good, and then we'll install the other side. But first, let's see how these fit.
I don't know about the rears. The fronts will fit, but the rears are going to be tight.
Okay, here we go. Oh, how do they look, man?
Well, I told you, that guy's a hater, bro.
Gap.
Oh, it's coming down.
He's a hater, bro. He's a hater. That white guy's a hater.
I haven't seen them yet.
I reckon they're all right. Hold on. The handbrake's holding the car up, but
yeah,
a little bit.
Okay, here we go.
Pretty good.
Dude. Oh my God, they might just clear without any sort of guard rolling or anything.
Yeah, even the rears.
Holy, dude.
Like it concaves in just enough.
Yeah, bro, holy.
Look at the amount of toe in the back though.
Yeah, I know.
If you stand from here.
There's a lot of toe, you can see it pointing in.
A lot of toe in.
But that's like perfect. With stock suspension, I don't think it's gonna rub. I mean, there's only one way to find out.
Like the handbrake, it's still loaded up on the handbrake.
Oh,
yeah, and it's still on the ramp there, so it does lift the other side up too. Yeah. All right, well, I guess we'll chuck all of them on and see how they look.
Do you reckon it's gonna rub?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Rex
do you reckon it's gonna run?
BMW 335i.
Why is it not gonna run?
You know what's funny? It's cheaper than your AU Falcon.
Exactly. It is. You've spent less money on your BMW than I have on my AU. And mine still has rust.
Look at this. Oh, dude. Oh, it's misfiring a little bit. Bro, look at the fitment, man.
Not even my AU misfires.
How is it so perfect? Oh my God, man. Look at that.
You happy?
I'm so happy, man. Holy crap.
Happy?
It's got such an aggressive
that guy
side
in the white
profile
jumper,
now.
he's a hater,
Whereas
bro.
before, it just looked like
from the back, you're driving from the
car.
back. Look at it. Like when you're driving behind it, this is what you see. You know it's a quick car when it's got tires that big.
Ooh, damn. Chinese meat, baby.
And you got the speed holes here, you know, like the Civics. You got the speed holes there.
Yeah, my parking sensors fell out, guys, so I need to stick them back in. But yeah, dude, it's looking good.
It's crazy, like, this isn't even an M Sport, so it doesn't have the lowered suspension. It's actually not bad. Maybe the front could be a little bit lower, but the rear's like pretty good.
I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
Exactly. It definitely could be a little bit lower, and like we might correct that later, but dude, look at that, man.
I know something that'll correct it right now.
What?
You want to correct it?
Whoa, hold up. This is not an AU Falcon.
Makita lowering springs.
Makita lowering springs?
Yeah, look.
No, we have to do everything proper on this car. What are you talking about?
So that's why you put a Chinese power steering pump, Chinese valve cover.
I'm experimenting with all the cheap AliExpress, eBay, Temu parts on this thing because, you know, we want to see if we can build a decent car that's going to last with all the cheap parts that are out there. And yeah, so far it's been mint. I've got a cheap power steering pump, got cheap wheels, cheap everything, and
$50 alternator.
$50 alternator. That's right.
Alternator.
And it works.
Crazy, and that's actually genuine though. I got lucky on that. Facebook Marketplace, baby.
Why would you spend £400 on an alternator if you could spend $50?
So we now have the new wheels on the car. Look how much better this thing looks. The side profile is exceptionally better. So stoked with how this thing looks now. And if you want wheels like this, don't forget Rex 10 will get you 10% off. And if you want to get fitment like this on your E92, then just copy my fitment. They look awesome. 19s actually are the move. That looks so much better. We've got a lot going on with this BMW, the Land Cruiser, the Skyline in the garage, and we've also got another project which you guys will see very soon. But I hope you guys have an
lovely, man. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you want to see more car videos, leave a comment, make sure to subscribe.